Last time we left off, you guys were in the middle of the grand finale battle, where we had our swordsmen fighting off a small army of gingerbread gooey zombie people. Totally moving the picture there. Successfully keeping a small army at bay and chopping them to gingerbread pieces. We had our two of our heroes. Oh, go ahead. Are you
After
there?
you.
Yeah, I definitely think Discord's having some kind of delay going today.
And
Oh, your voice is jerking.
Yeah, we heard like 2 syllables out of what you just said.
Weird, I'm not
that's it.
hearing
Yeah,
you.
rock cake.
As two of our heroes swooped in here to attack the antagonist directly as she was getting ready to turn a person into candy. And a gingerbread man was giving King a very hard time.
That's it.
Yep.
And now that we have a momentary pause in the action,
Uh,
Rupert and Rico totally realize there are other people in this room that seem to be trapped in those invisible cages that Rupert experienced earlier.
Forgot about the cage.
Yeah.
See,
That's
thankfully
just great.
he escaped his, but they apparently seem to be. You notice, the mime act as they're banging on the cage for some reason, or in your guys' case, thin air. Ah,
So let's. Where is Gretel?
she is, and apparently my Roll20 map just refreshed. Let's fix that. She is right in front of Rico and Rupert. Right there. Thankfully, you got her away from the furnace area.
So these are people trapped?
These are people trapped.
Okay.
Future ingredients in her candy making process now that you've discovered it.
And that?
That is a person trapped.
Okay.
And which was of these was I?
You are right. Rupert is there, and Rico's right there.
Uh-huh.
Okay, just falling out of the bubble, right?
Yep.
If I recall.
Okay. Shoot. Guntis?
yes, I was vomited on by some kind of.
The cookie creature vomited on him. It was horrible. He's over here going, yeah. He's been knocked prone as the cookie crumbled off the ledge there above him and is now crawling towards him to finish off what it did earlier. Nom nom nom.
Towards who?
Down here at
Towards whom?
towards King.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
I was
what
ginsuing
was?
up here.
Yep.
Remind me, what were these three?
Let me go ahead and I'll mark them so that way you know. The pink dots are future candy victims trapped in those invisible cages that only people who've been exposed, which is Rupert, to the candy can see that they're in these magical spheres just like you were in before. That you had remember how you had to use your powers to explode out of it? Because everyone in your team looked at you like, Rupert, why are you miming? Because they did not see the cages. And she was trying to put you down in the furnace right here to make you into candy. Because you guys have figured out that apparently in her process, she strips a rift of their mythos, and that's where the candy comes from.
Dun, dun, dun.
And some of her failed experiments become those horrible gingerbread men that are creeping all over the place. You know, that thing that was found in the sewers.
Yep.
And if you can
So,
hear us, I don't hear Aaron at all, by the way, as Aaron's typing.
He piped up the once, and then I don't know.
Yeah.
Can you hear us? Hello.
yes,
He's in.
we hear.
He's in the channel. Oh,
We heard an but that was just it. I would definitely try restarting Discord just in case. As this brief
when in
pause.
doubt, restart.
Yep, the classic IT conundrum. This break brought to you by Taco Bell, who's my breakfast this morning.
Yeah. Doing tech support stuff, it's amazing. Like 75%, maybe more, resolves from restart.
Yep. Hit the restart button and see what
Discord
happens.
because my now and I can't hear.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, we're hearing you some.
Hello.
Hello?
We can
Yeah.
hear you.
Can you hear us? Or can you speak clearly?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes,
Yay.
can you hear me?
We are hearing you now. Good.
Excellent. Excellent. Houston, we don't have a problem.
Much better. You were kind of like,
Boom.
uh,
That's much better.
for a while there.
Up, 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 up.
Yeah. So much better.
And do you know what it is? I think it's I think it's the second screen that I'm running. I don't think my computer likes processing the second screen.
Oh no.
Hmm.
Yeah, I suspect it's probably my computer's a bit old. Yeah, and so it having to do the work.
Okay.
As
So
we wait for the-
Who's Kelly?
that would be the wife.
Ah,
Oh, who's asking? What's going on? Is this a parallel universe?
I'm having to distribute food that was delivered because I have a bag here.
Oh yes. Excellent. What did you get? Oh, get in. It's always wild to me that you guys are having breakfast while actually it's the afternoon here and I'm just cracking open some beers.
Well, beer could be breakfast. I mean, it's liquid pork chops.
Yeah, sure. Never quite thought of it like that, but yeah. Yeah, I've had a busy morning at IQ. Yeah, really. Yeah, I saw the video. It looked great. Really? Shit.
So we had all the ammo in the truck, and so we had no room for
Yeah.
people in the truck, so we crawled under the truck and let it rain.
Wild.
But at least the show happened. That was the important part.
Yeah. So, who was filming that? Were you filming that?
That was actually a quick shot. As soon as I finished my rack, I was able to watch the guys go to the finale and get the finale shot.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm with you.
And it
Cool.
was only a 15-minute show, but it was still a fun show. Normally, the Air Force Base does a long 25-minute show to music, but they were having problems with
Wow.
their music because of the rain. And no one was expecting the rain to hit today. It was like a 10% chance. And the rain just kept hitting. All of a sudden, a cloud would come through, burst, go away, and then another cloud would come through, and then they'd swirl around the Air Force Base.
It was crazy.
That was definitely Russians.
Yeah.
Probably. Wild, man.
Our monsoon season is officially here. Hopefully
Yeah.
next week for our other two shows we don't have rain. So
Yeah,
as
it will be hail.
Yeah.
oh, see, in Arizona we only see hail a few times a year. So we've got Gretel over here getting ready to do some angry stuff to the boys. We've got King dealing with his super creepy favorite fanboy of the gingerbread variety. And Cole has conveniently dispatched the last of the gingerbread men with him. Since you had to leave early, we totally used that as your filler.
Right.
There's arms and legs and heads galore all over the place that smell
Yay.
creepily like gingerbread.
They smell delicious.
I've dismembered a dozen people. I don't know how I feel about this. Gingerbread.
Delicious.
It's like, do they really taste like gingerbread? Crunch.
We need a rift of the
Wild.
milkman. Bring me milk.
Yeah.
And the rift is actually the world cow. Okay, so she is screeching at Rico and Rupert at the moment. Rico.
So I think I might have missed something. Is Rico kind of trapped in one of these kind of floating things, or is that just Rupert?
It was just
No,
Rupert, but they Rico did some heroic Indiana Jones shit and freed him.
Oh, well done. Great.
Yeah, but I got a new problem. Gretel's a girl.
Gretel's a girl. And do me a favor, Rico. Give me a quick investigate as you land and you're taking in all this information now that you're realizing there's people in mime boxes slamming their hands against the wall and talking with a very muted voice that you're just now saying, and she's just like, "You're ruining everything. You're ruining everything here."
Okay. I'd like to tag empathic connection and technical troubleshooting
Go teamwork.
and hardworking man
Ooh.
for this investigate check.
Because we all know Rico works hard for his money.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Any setbacks before I throw the dice?
Not at the moment. This is just you taking in what this whole scene here, as Gretel is pissed.
Okay. Here we go.
Mild
Got an 8.
success. Okay, so immediately you notice that you know that mime act that Rupert was doing earlier. and
Mhm.
you notice that the three other forms in this factory, as they're doing the same thing, you totally pull in the whole, oh shit, these must be other victims, and you totally recalled how when Rupert was in this little energy cell that you can't see, he was levitated by her at one point. And you
Yeah.
notice three other people, one of them you kind of recognize.
Oh, who is it?
And you kind of double down your intention on that one, and you totally think it's King's fangirl.
Oh, oh dear.
Remember his little fangirl at the club and at the rave?
Yeah. The little
Yep.
underage fangirl.
Uh-huh.
Is that the one who kind of referred to me as her boyfriend?
That's
Yes.
exactly
Yes.
who it is.
I can't do it as well as you, Jim, but yeah.
Your boyfriend.
Gotta save his girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, come on, buddy. If there's anybody chivalrous, it's you.
And she's the one over here, and she looks at you guys and she gets all excited. You see her eyes get big, and she stops with the panic mime act that she was doing. And
Mhm.
Gretel is just looking at you both, and she's just like, "I'm going to kill you for ruining things. If my brother gets back, he's
Good.
going to take you both out."
All right. So there's a doorway here.
It's basically a big archway. There's not like here
Oh,
is how to go into the foundry.
yeah.
And then these little ramps here, there's not really doors per se because it's a big open factory, a smelting plant kind of deal, except the smelting has been replaced with some kind of chemical concoction that bathes the rifts in the furnace.
I can
Oh
make
my
my
god.
way down to here.
Okay, so you're flying through there, you're going this direction.
As the cookie dust is settling, I zip out of the area.
And as you come through,
And
Oh,
yeah, I see this wicked woman.
this is the wicked woman over here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
oh, why
Yeah.
see,
have I?
Didn't we?
I've only
Didn't
just
we
clocked
set the witch free as well?
DJ Hands.
no one has
What's
seen
that?
DJ Hans yet.
Yeah, but I've only just clocked it. Of course, Hansel and Gretel, DJ Hands. I'm such an idiot.
The rift
I can't believe
epiphany
this.
happened.
Yeah, tell me about it. Oh man, I'm such a buffoon.
So I can definitely identify she's the one causing all the trouble.
Yeah, she definitely is the one that is right in your friend's face, and she's just
Okay.
like, "I'm gonna get you," and your little Rupert
Pretty
too.
little dog. Pretty little dog too.
As
All
you
right. Well, go ahead.
I was gonna say,
Didn't we set the witch free as well?
you did, and
Oh yeah, I
she is skulking away somewhere with a mild success. You lost track of her.
Uh,
I brought her back into her body, didn't I, or
You
into a
did
body?
that. The gingerbread man here, you basically pulled her soul back into her body. I
That's
should
right. Yes.
I should totally change the look of her token now that she's back to being,
What
since you
a
cured
horrible old.
her.
Yeah.
okay.
All right. Well,
Rupert,
I'm.
do you have a plan?
I have a plan. I don't know if Rupert
I
did,
wish you
but
were here to tell me what your
I
plan
don't
was.
have a plan. Yeah,
Well,
tell us what the plan is.
well, I'll show you the plan because I'm actually just going to act here. So, I
Why is it good?
draw upon the energies around me, the
Ooh.
electricity,
Ooh.
because the power flows through me, and channeled charge, and I'm basically shooting lightning or electricity at her.
Ooh.
Wild.
As
Wow.
we get this
That's
Highlander
awesome.
moment, as the electricity starts, light bulbs pop and shoot an arc to you. Ooh.
Yep.
I'm
And
scared.
first time really drawing on this power. I mean, I've kind of been feeling little things, but I'm like, okay, pissed off. And I'm pulling on empathic connection because that's how I'm kind of like, okay, they were in fear. He was trapped. Shit's hit the fan. So I'm drawing on their emotions, drawing in the electricity from the lines and everything around me in the building.
I'm gonna tag your group tag of Lost in Another World, because as you pull this
Ooh.
electricity, all of a sudden the steel foundry walls start to twerk and change into gingerbread walls. All of a sudden, guardrails up at the top change from steel rails that you can safely lean upon to candy cane stripes. As you're
Candy canes.
as
Oh,
you're
man.
pulling more of the mythos into this building, you're using real world science and opening more for the mythos. Is this little discrepancy between the real world and the mythos in the City of Mist starts
Nice.
pulling more. As soon as you do this, the furnace starts to change into a giant cast iron oven.
Oh, nice. And
Oh, man. This is
and
wild.
if I can use and tag my Fang of Typhon as I'm channeling it through the sword
Oh,
to aim at her.
lightning sword.
And I think that'll do it. I think I'm gonna
Okay.
cause enough mayhem.
And this is
Come on.
definitely
buddy.
going to be a face danger. Or are you going for stop holding back?
I think
Ooh.
it's probably. I think probably stop holding back.
Okay, as you are
Because I mean,
totally.
I've had that, but I haven't really done much with it. So I don't know how worse I don't know how big of a difference between good and bad on either one of those are, but
It's
all right,
it's more about the outcome, isn't it? About
Yeah,
what you can do with the outcome.
yeah,
rather than just
all right.
facing danger. You're basically hulking out
With what holding back?
with stop holding back. Yeah.
This is, yeah, yeah. I'm like, the emotions from Rupert and stuff, and being trapped and everything. Yeah, I'm just like, no.
And you see nothing but hate in
No.
her eyes. I mean, she's gonna do some shit to your boys right now any second.
Yeah, well, that's exactly so. All right, we ready?
Yep.
Nope.
Sweet. Look at
Yeah.
Wait
that.
for the signal. What signal? Oh, man. Awesome. Well done.
Now, I do have to ask, as you're doing this Highlander moment, as you lift Typhon in the air and the electrical arcs surround her, what is your goal with striking her down? Is this meant to,
I
like,
mean,
vaporize her? Just knock her out?
stop her. That's what I tell the police. I shot to stop them. If she died or whatever, that wasn't my intent. I just shot to stop.
You just shot to stop.
Now,
Okay.
granted, I might have shot center mass trying to hit aortic arteries, which will guarantee she stopped. But
So go ahead and describe, because
I
exactly
was
what you intended happened. It's And as you point Typhon and the lightning arcs at her, what happens to her?
Yeah, so kind of bring the sword up. You see light, electricity kind of pull from around me. Charge and field all around me in the sword, and as I bring it down and point it, bolt shoots out across and hits her right in the chest. I'm assuming maybe stopping her heart, dropping her, as she has this huge scored mark in her chest,
And
and she drops.
so is she still alive? Because exactly what you're wanting is happening. So were you intending to kill or not? That's up to you.
Um, Probably wasn't in a thought, so he pulled his. Let's put it this way: he pulled as much as he could because he was in fear for his companion's uh, life. So he fired with all force. So probably would have killed her with the amount of energy and stuff. Though maybe not intentional, but he
So
lashed out.
am I not overstepping by saying as you strike her with the lightning, Rico and Rupert see her slowly writhe in pain, and then the lightning disintegrates her into ash in front of them?
Sure. As their hair stands up on edge, from just being near
And we
the edges of the electricity.
and we totally hear some classic 80s rock and roll set to the Highlander theme. Now, of course, for your great success, you do get to pay the price. So check in the little pop-up box what the price is. I know
See,
which one
there's
I
always
would
something.
take. There's always a
You get
price.
some
As
mark or
you
a spade
guys
or a crack or
see him
something, isn't
holding
it?
Typhon in the air with the power of a fully unleashed mythos just vaporizing Gretel. But immediately, as soon as she basically screams and her echo scream stops, you immediately hear like a popping sound almost as these three we will say characters for a lack of a better term seem to like what they were pushing and banging against releases, and you immediately hear their voices and they're like, let us out, let us out. And before it was just like muted. And his king is sitting there watching this witch get up off the ground that was this horrible decrepit gingerbread person. And now you see the face is contorted and now defined, and not just like generic gingerbread face. It's now got a long hooked nose with a big wart on the end. Her hands have elongated and have big arthritic looking joints now that were not there a second ago. And she just looks up at King and runs her hands through her hair in a way like, oh, I feel my hair's back. And the hair, even though it's wispy and white and in bits, it kind of gets a little more lustrous, even though she is a horrible, not pretty looking hag. She has this decrepit, naked female form in front of King as she goes, it sounds like that little bitch. That's what she deserved. She stole my cookbook and tried to cook me in my own oven. And she looks at King and says, oh, aren't you a pretty one with your pretty, pretty horn? And she takes like one step towards King. Super creepy. There's a
I'll,
naked witch in front of
I'll
you.
say, yeah, brilliant. I'll say, how you doing?
Been in my club before?
Oh, this could get weird.
King and the ladies.
Okay.
I gotta say, I have a little better choice
Yeah.
of or selection of women. I think.
Meanwhile, may I ask
Oh.
what's going on with this evil lady?
She's
What is
she's powder.
She got
She's
vaporized.
ashes.
The lightning kept
she got?
striking her as she
Oh, that was
screamed rage, and she just disintegrated to ash.
that was she disintegrated.
Yep,
It's
that
Yeah,
was
she's
Gretel.
the one
So
I hit. Yep.
she got turned
Yeah,
I
into
had to save you
cinder
guys.
that's floating around the room.
Major ozone in the
is
air.
there is there any power driving any one of us towards the furnace
No,
right
no.
now?
As soon as she was taken out, you that compulsion you were feeling, that the spell on you is gone. It just immediately released. All of a sudden,
Uh-huh.
you're feeling a little more. You still have that wish completed where you're clean from any drug addiction, but you still feel like all of a sudden out of nowhere there's a scratch in the back of your neck that you didn't realize for the whole. I could totally go and use some of my product.
So, question. So, replace one theme, and that can be replaced with any of the themes and replaced with anything, or
Yep, you could go in and replace any of your themes if you wanted, or you could get
Wow.
a crack or a fade.
right? But that's bad, right? Or is
Well,
that
it depends.
good?
Since you're embracing your mythos, maybe one of your mundane items is now cracking and becoming more mythos.
Oh,
Maybe life is
so the
short.
replace would be of the same type then, or either a mythos or non-mythos then.
Yeah, that would be your choice.
Okay. Oh, but I mean, I could take one that's not a mythos and make it a secondary mythos
Yeah, you
with
could
the
totally
replace.
replace one of your
Yeah.
your mundane ones with a power one.
Okay. Well, because what I was kind of thinking is that possibly the channeling of mythos through the ancient sort of Typhon
Typhon.
awakened sleeping powers in it.
Yeah, that sounds fucking awesome, dude. Do it.
Typhon is going from a family heirloom to an actual mythos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, it's got to be a relic. It's got to be a relic, man.
Right.
You thought
I
it was
mean,
a
it makes
family
sense, right? I
heirloom,
mean, I channeled massive
and,
mythos through it,
and
and it
as
like
you
woke up ancient.
As you did, the lightning arcing across Typhon, you see metal vaporizing into ash, and it's going from the antique to the pristine, shiny version of itself. The question is,
Definitely.
Nice.
It's got to.
what is Typhon? Is it really the magical ancient Greek sword, or is it something else?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's got to have a personality. Definitely. I've been falling down a Gene Wolfe kind of
I mean,
hole. So
of course, that puts me in
Typhon
danger,
is the
right? Yeah.
two-headed ruler of Earth, Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Love it. Go for it.
So, but that also puts me in danger going more mythos, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's good.
So,
Do it.
but why not? It's the way to go out for this series, right? So,
Yep. As we see the blade. And the lightning starts to slowly dissipate. The witch looks down at King and says, "So who are you?"
I'm just a jazz musician, man.
As in
But
this dark.
there was you know where that is, right? Anyway, a nice place you got here. Yeah, little help.
And she daintily reaches down her big long-armed witch hand to give you a hand up, and she has no problem stepping close to you as you stand up, uncomfortably close for a
Yep.
hag of a witch who is naked.
Okay. Ma'am, you appear to have no clothes on. Maybe we can find you a robe or something else. This is just weird. This is not really usually how I meet chicks. And I'll kind of just look around a bit nervously, just like, anyway, sorry, I didn't catch your name. And I'll point at finger guns.
As she says, "You can call me Gloria."
Oh,
Gloria.
you're Gloria.
So nice.
And can you do me a favor? As
Yes, go on.
you're wanting to de-escalate the situation, right?
Definitely.
Okay, go ahead and give me a convince roll. Because things could go either way here. She's super creepy. It
Yes,
could totally be a bad thing, or it could be she's like, hey, cool, this is my house. As she totally looks
Yep.
at you and says,
Yep. And these whippersnappers to go.
This is my gingerbread house, and some bad children were misbehaving. And I will totally click on your sucker for a good story. Never
Definitely. Go for it, man.
mind that I
right.
was going to cook them for candy. And of course, that statement totally
now
catches
you've
you.
said that. Right. I see. Okay. Well, I still want to de-escalate, I think. I think I'm going to go for music is the universal language. And
As King immediately makes it a Disney production and starts sing-talking.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, maybe even a little bit of rhyme and some haikus. I know what will make you happy. Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, that's a good one to tag. Yeah, I think that's enough. What about these guys? Do I need to talk like that?
I mean, King does not want a two-fronted fight here. And he's looking behind her, seeing a lightning storm happening in the other room, going, we need to de-escalate the situation.
I think I'm going to tag empathic connection with the rest of the guys in the. Can I do that?
Yeah.
I assume I can do that because it's not tagged in my thing. Yeah. Okay. And this is a convince roll, isn't it?
A convince roll. Yep.
Convince. Yep. Let's do that. Okay. You have. Right.
Damn.
How's that look?
All right. So what are you trying to get her to do? Because if you want her to get clothes, her bedroom's right over there. If you want to take her to the bedroom.
This could go weird. It is already. I want her to firstly get dressed, and then I think I want her to tell us or tell me how to undo all this.
Ooh.
See what good we can salvage from it. That would be probably my end game.
Are you willing to walk and talk with her for the whole getting dressed part? Or do you want her to come back when she's dressed?
Yes, of course. No.
Okay.
No, I think I'd go with her absolutely. But I'd do the gentlemanly thing and turn my back as she gets dressed.
She totally says, Dearie, take an old lady back to her boudoir. And she totally acts all dainty, liking and flirty with you, and you just give her some suave stuff. and
Yep.
she basically walks you
Yeah, I'd
as
say
all
it would be my pleasure, madam.
as all this action is going on. She walks you to the bedroom here, and she goes behind the little vanity little panels and gets dressed, and she tells you, "Oh, this is where I make my candy out of bad little boys and girls. But you're a good boy, aren't you?"
I certainly try to be, ma'am.
And you've
Uh,
done some
so,
good things and deserve a reward.
well, thank you. What the naughty girl that was that my friend has dealt with? What was the situation with her?
Oh, that little bitch and her brother were going to be turned into candy, but she managed to trick me, and she pushed me into my furnace, and I don't remember anything after that. If she would have put me in the furnace and poured my concoction on it, I should have been stripped of my powers. But somehow and she totally looks, peeks her head around the corner of the little panel and looks at you with dreamy eyes. And she says, but somehow you had the power to bring me back. If I might
Yeah.
ask, what's today's date?
Oh, that's a very good question. I assume I know.
Oh,
I'll
yeah, you can
I'll
totally
tell her.
give her today's date.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll say it's 29th of June, 2024, ma'am.
Oh, drats! Oh, the Fisher King's going to be pissed at me. I missed 3 candy deliveries. Oh, dearie, dearie.
The Fisher King. Tell me more about him.
He is this buffoon who requires me to do a process for him to make a special kind of candy. I call them the blue dream drops. I
Go
don't know
on.
what he uses them for, but it's what he asked for as a price for a favor he did for me long ago. I've been gone, and she kind of steps out wearing a slip. She's starting to get dressed, but obviously you see she's rejected a bunch of clothes because obviously Gretel
Yeah.
has put all of her clothes in the closet, and she's like, "This is too small. This is too small. Nope, too short. This child has no sense of clothes." As she steps out and says, I've been missing for about 3 to 4 months. Where have I been?" And she goes over and she opens up a little medicine cabinet kind of deal in the bedroom, and there's all these different candies, and she pops some looks like a little cherry candy, and she rolls it around in her mouth and says, "Oh, where are me and my manners? Would you like a candy, Mr. King?"
No, thank you, ma'am.
And she
I've
makes
got
this coy face like you caught her in a trick.
Thank you. No, thank you, ma'am. I've had quite enough. Anyway, you were saying the Fisher King.
As she's totally showing you ankle. All the ankle you don't want to see.
I'm quite frankly, I'm willing to take one for the team. Do you know what I mean? So
We get the James Bond fade out here.
yeah. I mean, maybe.
Okay. So King pops out the machismo smile, and we just get a fade to black. What's happening there is you're getting a total info dump.
Yes, that's probably best.
As
Yes,
she's telling you all about the Fisher King and how he's trying to take over this town, and he's
Yeah.
using all of her special candies. She has to send him an order every 21 days.
Oh.
And she totally wonders if that little bitch Gretel figured it out and continued doing it. And she whips out a little clipboard where it's got the schedule. She doesn't know
Uh-huh.
who the Fisher King really is, but she knows that he does come here to get the candy pickup.
I was going to say, yeah, that
Obviously,
was one of my things. Is how
obviously,
do
if
we?
she's been missing this long, the Fisher King has come here and probably made some kind of arrangement with that little bitch Gretel.
Okay.
And you totally
Um.
get the info dump that this witch has been
Yep.
basically, turning rifts into sleepers, which she has no problem, to harvest the
Yep.
mythos, to make different magic potions and candies. To which,
Um.
after your beautiful moment with her on the Dubai, she gives you
Excuse me.
a little perfume bottle looking magic potion and says, "This, my dear king, is a restorative. Drink it, and you
Oh.
can go again. Or save it for when you need it later." Awkward.
Um. Yeah. Well. Well. Thank you. Why? Thank you, Gloria. Uh.
It's fun watching him be tongue-tied.
Yeah. This is. This is just. Well.
You saw how I
This is.
handled it. You
And
saw
as
how I handled it. Just grab her and give her a big wet one. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, my charm is slightly different to yours. Do you know what I mean? You are like, I might be called king, but you are the king. You know.
and as the camera
Uh
kind of pans back real quick to give King some respite,
huh.
immediately
Yeah.
in the other half of the warehouse, these folks that popped out of their shields and are free, immediately King's girlfriend runs up to Rico and hugs him like a girl who has seen some shit and is scared shitless. And she just looks at Rico and says, "You were so heroic swinging on that chain to save your friend. You're such a hero." And she like clutches your waist with the insane strength of someone who thought they were going to die. And the fact that you came in here swinging in like a combination of
Tarzan.
Luke Skywalker and Tarzan, and she's just clutching you, saying, "You saved us all!" And King and
Like
Cole,
a
of
wrecking
course,
ball.
Cole is like, "But I killed the big bad, and he's getting the girl."
Sonata.
And she just looks up at Rico with big teary eyes, and she says, "You're one of King's friends, aren't you?"
Uh, not so much friend, more like subordinate. King's
Wow.
about here.
Wow.
Wow.
And she
Now we know we
kind
just
of blinks her tears of joy and freedom and kind of composes herself and does that almost anime style where they go from falling apart to completely composed, and she sticks her hand out for a handshake and says, "Hi, my name's Jill."
Boom!
Oh God.
I knew it. I knew it.
Shakes her hand. My name's Jack.
And she says, I I took some candy to get my dream, and I my wish was to meet the man of my dreams, and I remember I ran into your friend King and you guys. And all of a sudden you see like her eye, there's a twinkle where she's putting the combination of she used her wish to meet the man of her dreams, and she ran into
Yes.
you guys. But
King's
then
like, thank God.
but then some shit happened, and she was attracted to the wrong person.
Yes.
No problem. I take a look around. Is this place still the gingerbread house, or is it
It
returning to normal?
it is more gingerbread house than factory right now.
Okay.
And she just looks at
I
you and
look at
says, "You were so brave to save your friend and face that bitch." And she just looks at the soot pile that's shifting in the breeze that just comes up.
Yeah. Thank you. Guntis, is this going to go
Rupert.
back to normal?
Rupert.
Rupert.
Yeah, he's the
Rupert, sorry.
Who's this
he's
Guntis
the
person?
alter the elements of things.
There is a
make up.
option there that all matter can be manipulated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If it's okay with you guys, I'm going to escort these unfortunate people who got caught up in all this out of here.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right this way. And I looked at the other two people that were in the traps as well. We're getting out of here. You guys want to come along?
They like immediately glomp. This guy glomps onto you and immediately he's like, "I, my name is Obi. I will gladly leave with you. If you have a vehicle, we can definitely leave this house of grotesquities." And he totally like kicks the pile of soot in front of you. As across the hall, the lady here next to Cole, she looks at Cole and says, "My name's Cleo. What's your name, Mr. Big Sword?" And she just like gives you the dreamy, winky eyes.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm still kind of looking at the sword like, whoa, wait, what's going on? And if you get a chance, if you want to take a look, see if that all looks acceptable.
Let's see what happened. Oh, we have now changed to the relic fang of Typhon, ancient Greek Xiphos sword,
Excellent.
brought to life. Mythos siphon.
What does it do?
Ooh.
Nice.
Quick to defend shield. A good offense is a good defense. And concealed holster. So you can Highlander that shit.
Well, I already had the
Yeah.
concealed I already had the concealed holster, so I figured okay that would carry over. But then Mythos
it's even
siphon.
magical,
So basically, if
magical.
I hit, because I actually pulled that idea looking quickly at the thing of Typhon is actually in the Smite game,
Mm-hmm.
and it draws
Cool.
life force into the person. So I figured I would convert that to Mythos siphon. So when I hit a Mythos, it siphons some of their
Oh,
Mythos from them, their energy into me.
that
Nice.
sounds pretty cool.
And then you could have a heyday with the weakness tag. So sword's intention. So basically it has a basic
It has a plan.
Stormbringer.
it has
It's
a basic
Stormbringer.
not quite sentient, but it's got its
Agenda.
there. Yeah.
As
So.
King looks a little more mythos here now.
You mean Cole?
Cole, sorry.
Yeah.
King sings something else.
Yeah, King is seeing things that no man was meant to see.
And the
Yeah,
worst is
no
if he
doubt.
opens
So yeah,
himself
I'm
up to
assuming
the.
as I'm standing there looking at the sword, I'm assuming the shield probably kind of activated. So I got this like those that can see would have kind of a slight glow around me. The shield.
Cool. Awesome. Very
As
cool.
Cleo comes up and
That's-
says, "You seem to be one with the power." And she gives you a
Ooh.
twinkle, and you get a very, very strong feminine energy feel off her with a little sultriness.
I kind of shake myself out of it, like, I don't know what you're talking about, ma'am. But please let us get you out of here.
You
I can
can
see
lead
which one's
me
stronger.
anywhere, sir, anywhere. Especially, and she
See
like
which one's.
looks at one of the walls, and then there's like gumdrop candies that were buttons for something, and she plucks one off and immediately pops it in her mouth, and she says, "I've always had a weakness for sweets, and you're a
Oh,
sweet one."
shit.
My girlfriend for everybody. So we the so
Rupert, you're
I guess
missing out.
I
No,
know.
you're
Well,
really not.
I could pass one off. I got two to choose now. I got to see which one's more powerful. The Frost Queen or the Queen of the Nile.
Yes, good point. Yeah.
Rupert is not missing anything. He is studying the chemical properties of everything around.
And as you're
Yeah,
doing
head
that,
in the book.
Rupert, you totally feel that the strong electrical discharge like opened up the mist here to this building to allow the surreal to overtake the real. Is there something you want to try to counteract it? Where half this place, now more than half, thanks to Cole's badass, who knows what happened, because it woke up his sword and woke up more of the building. The furnace that now it looks like an old fashioned iron oven seems to like the doors like slamming open and shut on its own. It seems to have a will of its own. Is there anything you want to try to undo this building with your matter manipulation?
Why?
Which probably wouldn't
I- I'm
hurt.
I'm just curious about its properties and what could I do with it?
Yeah, I think a big thing is to not draw attention of the suits and draw attention to us potentially at some point.
Oh, I almost forgot it. Sorry, and I withdraw my fingers.
Because they get wind of this or feel the changes here. Yeah, that might not look good, especially if
Well,
somebody sees or ties us to it.
it was not us doing it. Maybe we just better leave this place and whatever those men in black do, that's none of our concern. What do you think?
Rupert's like, let the authorities take care of this.
Yeah, let's go.
Mm,
I agree. Just
mm.
what I don't know is, do we have enough room in the car for everybody?
And at that exact moment, you're all like, "Where's King?"
Yeah, I might be getting a broomstick home.
Hey, King, where you at? You okay?
Yeah, I mean, if I can hear them shouting, I'll kind of, yeah, I'm in here. Everything's good.
Oh.
Everything's fine. How are you?
Is there a sock on the door handle?
Oh God.
Don't go in.
There's a
They're
candy
busy.
wrapper hanging from the candy cane doorknob.
Oh! Taking one for the team. Oh.
And you guys
Um,
basically, can, everyone is willing to go with you. They have no issue with that, except for poor
We
King.
probably ought to go, King.
yeah, one of the things that I want to kind of determine from this interaction is I know that she is saying my understanding is that she was performing this process before Gretel took over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's the
Um,
witch.
yeah,
Yep.
she's the witch, but she kind of explained it to me that it was naughty children. So my personal understanding from Hansel and Gretel is that they weren't naughty children. I appreciate they might be now, but um, so I'm a little bit confused. I just wanted to try and pin her down on what she considers to be naughty children. Because ultimately, if she's still sucking the life out of like regular folk,
Ooh, I like.
but who she considers. Do you see what I mean? Who
Yep.
she considers to be naughty, inverted commas.
Go ahead.
Um,
Give me an
I'm
investigate as you're using pillow talk to suss her out.
God, I can't.
And I will, of course, totally tag
Investigate.
that sucker for a good
Investigate
story again. Because,
for a good story. Yeah, that's the right way to go. How about every lie sounds like a bum note?
ooh, that's
Uh,
a good one.
long, long forgotten secrets hang in the air like music. Yeah. Right. I don't know whether to tag the dead don't lie because
She has
She's not
done
too
some.
bad looking. It's
dead.
the more
She
recent
she's
version
done
of her.
bad things, so there could be some ghosts here. You could totally tag that.
Okay. Yep. Why not? And I've got some kind of special power when I investigate with one of these, haven't I?
Yes, you do. I believe it's the dynamite one,
Which
right?
one is it? One uh, is it which thing is it? Is it Psychopomp or is it the other one? Where would it be? Where would it say that?
You had it on the
Would it be on the
improvement.
back
There
of
you
the
go.
card? It's on the
On
back of the card,
Yep,
isn't it?
on
When
divination.
I investigate, divination. Yeah, yep. When I investigate, it is dynamite. Yep, using that power.
So make sure to click the dynamite
Guarantees
too.
success. Boom.
No, I don't. I don't think it guarantees success, does it? But it doesn't it do something else?
It gives you a little oomph on top of it. Yeah. So King is going to be getting some serious
Yeah.
pillow talk
Right.
download.
Okay. So,
Hey,
oh
King.
God.
So if you look in
Investigate.
Discord, I posted from a, I guess, more recent movie of uh, the witch in a more recent version of her. She's not bad looking. If you go with that one, if that helps
Oh
inspire your role.
well. Look, ultimately, I mean that's lovely. It really is lovely. Ultimately, I think King's attitude is everybody needs some loving. Is ultimately his attitude. So
Oh, from the new
yeah,
hospital.
okay, I'll take one for the team. That's it. Right, investigate. Yeah,
Yep.
All you need
do it.
is love. Bam,
Oh.
bam, bam. All you need is love.
Nice,
Bam, bam,
nice,
bam.
great success.
Okay, that's good.
So, before you ask anything, I can totally tell you, as you're in her arms and in her loving embrace and you're doing your king thing, you know for a fact that this chick is bad. Her idea of bad children
Yeah,
sounds very, very mercurial of it could be kids who walk on your lawn, or it could be just a child she
yeah.
sees playing at the park too loudly. And you're realizing this chick is evil. I mean, she bakes people into candy. And, you get the idea that this witch is bad. You think at
I'd
one
have
Okay.
to have
point
a talk with you
she
about your choice of women.
she totally tells you how delicious a chubby little 12-year-old was that she found at the park that was bullying other children. And after she ate that child, it was easier to get other children. But you do have some questions you can ask. Choose wisely.
Okay. Choose wisely. Okay, so
You can further
I
drill
will.
down on the previous info she's given you if you want.
Um, I'm open, I'm open to ideas here, guys. By the way, if you want to chip in, just in terms of if there's something burning that you think right. Well, we haven't resolved that kind of aspect of this. What do we know, or what do we need to know that would help us?
Well, I don't know if she can help, but there are still shipments of candy out there.
There's still what? Sorry.
There's still shipments of candy out there.
I mean, you could ask her how the candy works. I mean, you've pretty well figured it
Yeah.
out that one gets you your heart's desire, two causes something bad to happen.
Okay. Yeah. Why not? I will ask her. Well, I'll kind of frame it in a kind of, well, this is a genius plan. You are, a goddess amongst women. Tell me how the candy.
And she totally tells you it's a genius idea that came to her one day that she could take a rift and use her magical concoction to remove the mythos. And it requires that
Mm-hmm.
ingredient to make a single piece of candy. The candy will give
Yes.
anyone who takes it that's a rift their heart's desire. It's a wish spell in a wrapper, if you may. And she totally
Ah.
reaches over and pulls out like a handful of them and lets them sprinkle through her fingers. And she says, "But there's a catch. You can only have a wish spell granted on you once. If you do it twice, you'll be magically cursed to come here and be secretly brought in under a compulsion that only the caster of the candy can control. That keeps you quiet and trapped in a bubble of magic until they're ready to be cooked in the furnace too. So that way it's a never-ending supply for greedy little children." Nothing worse than some post-coital cuddling and evil hackling.
Oh, I love it when you cackle. Yeah, this is. I'm gonna need several showers after this.
So are we
I'm not
needing to
just
come in and like take her out there, King?
Yeah, I'm not just talking about King. I'm talking about me. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna have to go
Oh, I know.
after this session. I'm gonna have to go and scrub.
You're gonna have nightmares.
Yeah, damn right I am.
Have another cocktail.
So do we need to SWAT in the room and like take her out?
Okay, so compulsion. So do I? Does she say that those people actually live after the extraction? If they take it twice and they come here under compulsion, they have it extracted from them again. Those people don't die, do they necessarily?
When she asks this, she gives you this cloying little kiss on the tip of your nose and says, "Oh, dearie, dearie, they live if you can call being one of those zombie sleepers out in the world alive. Not like you and I, King, who truly live with our abilities." And she totally does a little whammy whammy gesture with her hand, and some candles that are over across the room light. and we now have candle ambiance in the room. We have
Great.
power, the power to do what we want, to eat who we want. You and I, King, can take over this city. You and I can take
I
on the Fisher King and all the other powers that be. Those so-called gods in their towers.
was thinking more of the boy that I met, who appeared to be some kind of mermaid, and he was a swimming champion, and he took it twice, and he lost his abilities, but he was still alive.
I don't recall any fish boy. I probably would have sauteed him,
No,
eaten him if I had made candy out of him. Maybe that bitch, she probably did that to him. She did help me do 2 or 3 other rifts before she decided to push me in the furnace. And she starts getting angry, and like one of her hands like leaves 4 raking claw marks on your chest as she's like recalling the traumatic event where she was. And we totally see the flashback happen of Gretel sneaking up behind her, whacking her with a pipe in the knee, and shoving her in there and pulling the chain. And
down in the oven.
this milky green, with some kind of edible sparkles stuff goes pouring into the foundry, and she's like, "Ah, what a word! What a word!" Ah. And then you just see that the process went wrong, and she got turned into that wretched gingerbread creature, but there was still a little
Okay.
blue candy on the ground.
So if I'm straight, Jim, essentially when the witch was doing this process, she was kind of extracting the thing, making candy, and then eating the remnants.
She was
And
sometimes eating them, sometimes letting them go. You're getting the idea that this chick is insane. So what she considers
oh
good
yeah,
or bad is totally off any spectrum. It's like someone took the spectrum
yeah,
of good and bad and broke it and took out a bunch of pieces. So it could
yeah, and
just
just made
be
their own interpretation. Yeah.
good tasting quantifies as, being bad. If she hasn't tried this person yet, it may be a delicacy. Or it could just be she has plenty of meat in the larder, so she'll just let them be. Or like, as she kind of tells you with Gretel, she let that bitch trick her into thinking she would be her helper.
Yeah, sure.
Because she
Okay.
would do the basic manual labor for her.
Okay.
After
Okay.
all, she
Okay.
has those long arms and those, that tricky power of hers, which we will never know about because she got turned to ash. He was totally gonna do it to Rico any second, but Rico got saved.
Okay. What can she tell me about Hansel?
Oh, the chubby little boy who wanted to be a rock star. I heard that little piglet whine and cry that he wanted to just be a famous DJ something something. All I knew is he would make good candy and be delicious to eat later. I had a marinade all brewed up just for him, but then his bitch sister came to his aid. One of the first things I'll have to
Okay.
do is to find that boy.
Oh man. Okay. Okay. Um.
This sounds like a short relationship.
It really does, doesn't it? It
As
really
as
does.
King is totally reading the horrible evil vibes off this woman.
He's slowly like inching back against the wall, just like subconsciously, like.
We have worked up a terrible
Oh,
appetite. Maybe I could drum up someone to eat, darling. I mean, can I lay it on you? Thinking that she's bad to the bone. She's bad to King's
Yeah.
bone.
No, I don't think you need to. No, I think even with my ridiculously poor social skills, I can tell. Okay. Oh Christ.
And at this
Right.
point, you guys have gotten everyone out to the cab, and you've got blankets on them all. Who knew that Rico keeps trauma blankets in the back of the cab?
I probably do. I'm not exactly sure why, but I probably do.
Yeah. So they're like, okay, King, what's going on here?
What do you do, King? Do you call for backup?
Okay. No, I think what I'm going to do. God. I think I'm going to try. Right. I
Oh God, King's breaking up.
take it easy for a little while, just to lay low. I'm going to try and convince her to lay low for a little while, to just, she's had a time away, and just to, not stretch herself. And I might play her a little tune. One of my powers is that I can now use something called, which means that I can make the listener calm and compliant.
Ooh.
So my plan is to just maybe play her a little lullaby, tell her to go to sleep for a little while, because she's had a busy time, with all this kind of crazy shit going on. And my plan is to try and put her to sleep for a little while
And she totally
until we
agrees.
can
Because
figure out what the hell to do.
at the very least, she needs to redecorate. As you see, there's local, trash ban posters in her bedroom here, because Gretel redecorated.
Yeah. This place is a shit. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
And since you have
yeah. Get
wooed
some
her,
Miles Davis posters up or whatever.
I will totally give you a +1 to your possible face danger. Or do you want to go with a convince?
Is
I'll let you pick either or. If it goes bad, it's
that
gonna go real bad.
okay? Yeah, I'll go with face danger. Why not?
Okay?
So I'm going to tag
Because you
that.
know if this goes bad, the
Um,
witch is gonna leave more than 4 scratches on your chest.
You don't want to go for stop holding back?
That is an
Go with
option.
all the gusto?
You could totally turn her into Sleeping Beauty with that one.
Or go really bad because
yeah.
I'm
In fact,
guessing. Yeah, guessing it's opposite of what I got options for success. I'm assuming a bad failure is like you lose stuff.
Yep. You end up burning some stuff.
Yeah. What you doing, Aaron?
can I make it more permanent?
You want to permanently put her
Yeah.
to sleep?
To
Go for the
Okay,
gusto.
we'll
yeah,
find
I
out if
think
you have
so.
a great
I'm
success.
not big on killing.
He's a little more adverse to the killing, I
Is this?
guess.
Yeah, I am. But is this more change the game, or is this
If you want to put
busy
her to
time,
sleep
love?
permanent, that would be a
Go to
stop
sleep.
holding back.
Just rest, and I'll play it. That'll be a what? Sorry.
That would be a stop holding back. So if you're like going to do that whole Merlin thing of putting you to sleep, Sleeping Beauty sleep,
Yeah.
that would be a stop holding back as the tunes come out of your horn. And she's like, Yes,
you're
I should totally just take a nap after all of this exertion. And she just gives you this creepy, missing tooth, sharp tooth smile. As you're like, I'm going to
okay, so it's like
neutralize this. And
permanent
Yeah,
sleep.
wait,
I think I want to. Can I burn a tag?
you can definitely burn a tag. Yeah, that would be a great time to burn a tag.
Okay.
Do it. Do
Well, I'm going to burn
it.
that subvert
But
and play and make people compliant. Sorry, Jim. I think I just set the I have just pressed reset, and I know that you gave me some other little thing.
There you go. I got it back in there for you.
Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Yeah.
So many things. There's so many burned tags on that
Or
poor
do I
trumpet.
just? I know. Do I tag anything else? I can't remember how it works.
Yeah, you'd still
You can
want to
tag
tag
other stuff,
as
right?
many things as you want for the power. Because that'll give us the
Oh, okay.
power
Right.
level
Yeah.
for the
Sure.
status that you're putting on her, which is Sleeping Beauty. Or in this case, Sleeping Not
Yeah.
Beauty.
Pretty much. Yeah. That's perfect. Perfect.
She will sleep until a rodent crawls in here and kisses her on the lips.
Prince in the Mist, pulling on the mist power to put her into that state.
Yep. Divine intervention.
Yep.
I mean, you could probably tag friends in the mist, like David was saying, because somewhere back behind the club, Odin looks up and lightning cracks, and he just like giggles that witch, that troll witch, had it coming the whole time.
Yep.
As there's a crow sitting in the rafters,
Okay.
secretly watching the two of you do it. If you click the dead don't lie, there could be a ghost that comes up during your moment saying, "She's
You
evil."
keep breaking up.
That's what ghosts do, they break up. She's evil. You've got Help the Restless Dead. I know what will make you better. You could totally do that to free some of the people. Think of how many gingerbread ghouls that even the witch made, because those all weren't from Gretel.
Yep.
Say, does anybody remember where Hansel is?
He's at the club right now.
No, we get.
Getting ready for a gig. It's gonna go to
That
go
was
south.
the beautiful timing that you guys were planning, so you wouldn't have to deal with both of them together. No wonder
Yeah,
Twin Powers activating.
but we're eventually going to have to deal with Hansel, right?
Well, he might lose his stuff from this.
Should we check on that?
So
I think we
King, were
lost.
you
Yep.
doing? Did we lose King?
He just dropped out,
Oh no!
and he actually clicked the wrong one. He did face danger instead of
Yeah, just gonna ask him to stop holding
holding
back.
back.
With a power of
Yeah,
5.
that's huge. So now we just gotta wait for him to come back.
Yep.
Yep.
Let me shoot him a quick Facebooky message.
The suspense.
The
Dun, dun,
suspense.
dun.
I think my
You're
sorry.
back.
Yeah, I think my Discord kept dropping out for some reason.
Welcome
Yeah,
back.
you were starting to drop again.
So
Yeah, you guys.
It did look like you hit the wrong button. You hit the face danger instead of stop holding back.
Yep.
And did you make sure to click the burn tag?
I will do that. I will,
Up at the very top of your character,
yeah, I'm sure I did.
next to the dynamite symbol, there's a. It looks like a luggage tag. You want to click that
Yep.
one. There you go. Perfect. And go ahead and hit stop holding back.
Oh yeah, the wrong.
As your
Stop
musical
holding back.
melody
The
comes out,
cinematic move, isn't
and
it?
she
Is
looks
it?
at you. Yep, it's on the cinematic loop.
Up,
As she totally reaches up and grabs a piece of candy, and like Cleopatra eating grapes, she eats the candy while you're playing her the music, and she's being all supple and touching herself and stuff.
Jim, don't do it.
I think you just hit the
Oh
X
dear
card, didn't you?
God.
So your music, she says, I I will have to find some more little bad children, but first I think you've exhausted me, my king. I need to take a nap. And she rolls over
You
and
wore
starts
her
to
out.
sleep. And then this god awful sawing wood snore comes out of her. As you put a
So not.
status 5, which is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Wow.
It's 3 plus 1 tick of sleeping not beauty on her that she's magically asleep.
As
So do
I
I put that on my thing, or
I,
is that something you record?
that's something I record for
echo
her.
tag.
So basically, somebody
Yeah.
would have to use a power
Okay.
of 5 to wake her up.
Yeah. So I feel
Yeah.
we feel this energy from him and doing this. So I
You
run
get,
in,
you guys hear this
slam
haunting
open the door, and I
melody
look at her on the bed sleeping. Look at him like, he wore her out. Okay.
as he's trying to get his pants back on real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll kind of sheepishly shrug. It's like I'll just say, everybody needs some loving.
Like, wow,
I can make a
didn't know you
bad
had
hero
it in
look
you.
good.
The price for that, don't I, Jim?
Well, you basically have the same decisions I had, so
Yep.
I'm making a whole
Yeah.
new tag now.
Yeah.
So you can mark a fader crack on one of your themes, or a fader crack and turn all power tags on one theme, or just replace a theme. How traumatized are
Yep.
you? How deep does the trauma lie?
Yeah. I think I might. I think I might.
I think you're
I think you might be
fading
getting
again.
some issues. But your thoughts
Yeah.
came out beautifully as one word thoughts.
Yeah.
In a comic book,
One.
there'd be the word bubble, and it would just be one word dot dot dot, one word dot dot dot, one word dot dot dot. And on top of that, we now have King and Cole in there, looking at the sleeping witch, magically entranced in a slumber. As Jill is looking at Rico and says, "So are we leaving here soon when your friend comes back?"
Yeah, let me check on him real
I
fast. Wait here. Okay.
I'm
I
cold.
try to put
Can you
out.
turn the heater on?
I'll be right back. I'm going to step out of the car and I'm going to call King. Hola, King.
Remember, at this point, we don't have cell phones. We have pagers.
Oh, crap.
Right?
Yeah.
That's why
I
you
will.
ran into the room.
We
Yeah,
painted
I will
ourselves
have to
into
make
the
my
As
way.
corner.
cool as that is, you know.
Yeah, I'm assuming that I haven't left the property, right?
Yeah, you're just outside in the car.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna go back inside and find King.
You follow the
You'll see
haunting
me at the
music.
doorway, basically.
You see Cole there, and you just see Rico's head kind of pop in the side of the door, like TV show style, and you're just like sleeping naked witch in a slip.
Um,
King adjusting his clothes.
Buttoning up the shirt.
I'm gonna motion the guys to step out of the room. Okay. So I don't have enough room in the car for everybody. So I'm gonna take the people who were taken back to their places, and then I'll come back and pick you guys up, if that's okay with you.
I can walk.
It's miles.
Is there a subway?
Not out to this part of town.
Is there a
There's
subway?
there's totally a bus at
Not
8 in
this
the
far
morning.
out.
There's that bus that drops all the commuters off to the factory areas.
By the way, which time of the day is it?
It's
night?
still late at
The
night.
early hours of the.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, is it late?
It's late night.
You guys went for that clandestine
Um,
nighttime mission, which made the gingerbread
So-
man in the sewer tube even more scary.
Okay, so we still have to deal with Hans, and there are
Yeah.
all those boxes of candy still out there. So let me take the victims back to their places. I'll come back. In the meantime, if you can figure out if we're going after all that, let me know.
Gotcha.
As Rico's gonna hit the cab and do the speed drop off through town.
Yep.
However,
First case I can do that.
Jill doesn't feel
Payphone and
safe
call
being
for a ride.
alone. Can she stay with you?
No.
Come on, man.
Oh, come on.
She will
Your
totally
parents
hit
must
you up
be
for your
worried about
pager number. Oh God, yeah, I've been missing since the party last night. Can I get you a pager
Yeah.
number?
I
As she totally
sure. I guess.
points to your pager on your hip. Yes, she's been
Yeah, I'll give
checking
her
you
my
out.
pager number. Yeah, I will give her my pager number. And I got to make my way back to the boys because if we're going after Hansel next, then we need to figure out how.
As she
Might
will
start losing his power.
as she will totally comply, and yes, as soon as you drop her off, she runs up into the house, stops, looks at you, runs into the house, and like 2 minutes later, your pager is going off. 7111, and then the number.
Okay, I will leave that there, and I'm going to head back to the guys.
Okay, you guys are all staring at the facility, wondering what to do next. You guys rummage through and you find some different stuff. There's obviously some special candy that's there that says "Do not touch, leave alone, special delivery." And do you guys destroy any of the candy you
That's for
find?
the Fisher Kid.
That is totally for the Fisher King.
Mm.
So as Rico comes
That's what
back,
I'll say to them. Anyway, you know, I'll info dump on them about what was discussed with me.
And just, I guess, destroy it, man.
I mean, you could easily throw it in
We,
the foundry and
Is
destroy it.
yeah, I was gonna say we could burn the place down. I mean,
yeah,
That
Okay,
is a
we
huge
can
option.
we can destroy
that
some of candy, but what about that witch? She may restore all of it.
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
she's
we
sleeping
can.
forever at this point, and hopefully, or for a very, 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 very long time.
Things like I magically
Yeah,
Sure.
let's
entranced
just.
her to sleep forever.
Yeah, she. Yeah, I played her a lullaby, and she'll be out for a while. But don't get me wrong. She's bad, guys. She's really
I got a
bad.
phone call. I'll be right back.
Uh,
You
Obviously,
know,
Jill
like
is paging.
she's really bad. Like
Hello?
yeah,
MVP album.
Hello?
Well, if Neil's
Who's
got a
that,
phone
Brett?
call, it could be a
Good time to
quick.
take a
Sorry?
break.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a few minutes. Yeah,
let's take a 5-minute break.
Sure. Okay.
5 English minutes.
yeah.
I don't know whether they're different to American minutes, but
I was gonna say, is there something different to those?
I'm back. Sorry, wrong number.
Oh, no
No problem.
problem.
We're
Just
taking a
yeah,
5.
You were good motivation to take a quick break.
Sorry, wrong number.
just
Huh?
just make
Yeah.
sure
5 minutes
those
Turkish. 5 minutes Turkish.
just make sure those are not Indian minutes.
Very funny.
Changing the theme thing.
Yeah, that's a big choice.
Yeah, it's tricky. Yeah, I think so. I think it's just, I think I kind of got in my head about what I want to do. It's just which one fits into.
They grow up so fast.
Whatever you do, just make sure you don't turn evil.
Right?
Oh, no. In fact, quite the opposite.
I would
I
say
think,
he's more of a
like,
paragon of goodness.
Unless you got a sexually
yeah,
Wait,
transmitted
yeah, I
evil.
think that.
wait. Would he, if he
Yeah,
did
there is
turn
that.
evil, would he even realize that he's done it?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Well, he would know it. He would feel
Uh,
maybe a change, and then he would have these abilities start playing with it, like we do with the mythos. If he's changing it or adding another mythos, it's like right now I don't know
yeah,
everything about the sword, but I know something's different.
He's discovering new
yeah. I think
powers.
the way I. Yeah, I think the way I'd want to go is I've become. I think I'd want to become more
Archangel.
angelic.
I knew it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
he's an
I'm not
archangel.
quite. I'm not quite. I'm not quite sure which. I mean, I would swap out one of my kind of
Regular ones.
logos themes to something, but I don't know which one it would be as a mythos. That's what I'm struggling with.
Oh,
Is,
yeah, which one you have to
if
give up?
you were essentially. Well, no, I don't mind which one I give up. I think I'd go for my mission one.
Oh,
I'd give up my
Well,
mission probably, and I.
uh, well, from what I have
But if
experienced in this campaign, it might be the mythos of the Eros, the love god.
yeah.
Yeah.
oh
So
yeah, no. It's more about the mythos that fits. Sorry, the mythos theme that fits with kind of, essentially being an angel in disguise, Earth,
Mm-hmm.
kind of, I don't know, judging people or helping them or kind of
A
subduing, the bad things that happen.
bastion.
I don't know what that would be. Maybe
you went
Bastion.
from
Yeah, I'm
helping
kind
the
of.
restless dead to enveloping yourself in your angelic grace.
Yeah, bastion probably.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
looking in the
maybe.
book at the
Yeah,
exact definition on that, but I think that would be one potentially,
um,
or destiny or
yeah,
divination
yeah,
maybe.
maybe.
You've helped the dead, now you must help the
Yeah,
living.
I've already got help the living. Yeah, I've got divination is one of my themes. I've got divination, relic, mission, and routine.
Okay,
So
the
mission
relic.
and routine are logos. So the relic is the trumpet, and that comes into it all. So I don't think that would change.
So now
that
you're
feels
taking
like
on the actual
it's
mythos, not
time.
just the item.
Yes,
The
I think
energy flowed
I think it's got to be.
through
I think you're
you.
probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think it is either
reverse,
Bastion or.
reverse of mine opening, waking up the sword. Your relic has woken you up. a
Yeah,
a mythos
yeah, that
within
kind of
you.
stuff. Yeah, it might even be subversion. I don't know. It's hiding in plain sight. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird thing. Hmm, cunning, cunning. I might have to give it some thought.
Yeah.
Work out how it works. Anyway.
So you guys are
I mean, you
destroying
could.
the drugs, though, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
You,
You
Yeah,
can't
you,
why
put
not?
oh,
Wondering.
a
In
schmack.
the furnace?
yeah,
I just think the
yeah.
furnace
So
would be ironic there.
I'm wondering if we should we take out the this operation altogether, destroy the cookbook.
Oh, yeah. That's very good.
Now that she's asleep, if someone wants to search around for the cookbook, Azazel. Ooh,
Yeah, Azrael, the god of death, or angel of, agent of death.
the Reaper.
Kinda, but not necessarily. Not the
Mm.
Reaper, but it's
I'm
the agent of
already.
death, but angel of God.
So
Jolly Reaper.
Yeah,
and,
well, my actual mythos is
Hmm?
oh, you're breaking up there.
my mythos is the archangel Azrael,
Oh, it already is
benevolent angel of death, a guide. Yeah,
for your
but
trumpet.
no, that is the last trumpet, which is the
Okay.
uh,
Oh, so you are taking on
yeah,
Azrael as your mythos then? Is that what you're saying?
yeah. I mean,
Okay, that makes sense. That's what I pulled
my
up.
mythos is divination. I can speak to the dead, and then I've
Okay.
got the relic is the last bit,
Oh,
which is the allegedly is the trumpet that can be played at the end of days to summon the faithful,
right.
essentially bringing the dead back to life. And
Yeah.
then,
You
you
so you
know,
already
as I
had
say,
two
a
mythos?
mission.
Yep,
Yes.
he is
Oh shit.
dangerously going to 3 and 1.
Okay, I didn't know you
Yep.
were
I
at two
think so.
already. I thought we all had one each. Holy cow.
We did.
No, I'm
Nope.
at 2 and 2.
The only thing
Oh,
holding King
Two
to
and
the
two. Yeah.
ground, so to speak, is probably the Ebony Lounge.
right?
Your club is the only thing
Is
keeping you
that
a
your
person
routine?
and not going into a full on evocation of yourself.
Is that your routine?
Yep, that's his routine.
Yeah. That's my routine, and my mission is to help the restless dead. Essentially, you know,
Mm.
help kind of wrong souls pass over, kind of thing. To which I think I may end up losing. I think as part of this.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy. I
because
didn't realize you guys were running with two already. I'm behind the curve.
Yeah, but Cole's been using money as a superpower.
you know,
True. That has come in handy. That is
living,
pretty good.
not the dead.
It is a big one. So yeah, I guess we investigate, look for the book.
Okay, so who's gonna investigate?
I'm just wondering if we should.
I mean, Rico has a great idea of let's find their cookbook, air quotes, and get that shit gone.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Because there is, in fact,
That's
a
a great idea.
grimoire with the
Yeah.
recipes, yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Let's.
Can't we
Okay.
do it all together? Searching for it.
Yeah, of course. We can.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
I will
can.
totally
I mean,
give you that you guys tear this place apart and finally you do find the grimoire. It is this large tome of a book. It screams magic book from a distance. As I think we're gonna roll a dice,
Oh, do the dice. Oh,
and that it is King that finds the grimoire. Worst place
wow.
ever. It was hidden under
Oh
the
God.
couch that you two canoodled on. She's got, one of those couch beds.
Um,
And you look under the bed while she's snoring, and there it sits. With a bunch of yellow post-it
yeah,
notes
I'll wipe
sticking
it
out
down.
the sides. As you slide this grimoire out, you feel that it's got some mojo. It was her relic,
Oh,
basically.
really? A relic. Yeah.
And it's got like a
This
very
is.
raggedly stitched leather tome, and that leather seems to be very, very skin-like. At least there's
Oh,
no face on the cover. And,
yay!
and, and
Not
you
the
you
Necronomicon.
open it up and you see like some spells written in poetry form, and some weird symbols. It's basically Sanskrit. And then at the very back, there's these recipe lists of different recipes. Are you gonna destroy this tome?
I'll I'll give it to Rico and uh, kind of say, well, this is her recipe book. What do you think we should do?
Um, is the furnace still active?
The furnace that now looks like a giant creepy oven is definitely still active. It's still got candy smoldering inside it. It literally looks like cartoonish with the grill in front with the red glowing coals through it. Are you putting
Okay.
it in the oven?
Um, I am going to use tag fiery temper. Uh, technical troubleshooting
Ooh.
and hardworking man to attempt to siphon the heat from the oven and apply the heat to the book to see if it burns.
Ooh. Give me
And
a.
Rupert,
Oh, go ahead.
Rupert is also paying close attention to make to be ready if anything unwanted happens.
He's there just in case. Give me a
Yeah,
face danger. Because the relic may not want to be destroyed.
yeah.
I like how you're pulling from the furnace instead of just throwing it in the furnace. Damn! What does it look like when you reach over to the furnace and you pull that heat in and you destroy this unholy tome besides the mournful screams from beyond the veil?
Um, when it catches on fire and starts emoliating, instead of burning a traditional orangish red or even a hot bluish white, it actually burns like an Icarus green.
Ooh.
Um, as it instead of actually physically instead of actually burning, it actually bubbles, and with each bubble, a face of one of the souls pops up, and as the bubbles burst, a little scream was let out.
And little post-it notes are going up like crazy. And Rupert's watching you as this horrible green flame is doing its thing, and the tome is just burning down, bubbling, little popping and sizzling until finally there's just another glowing pile of ash in your hand.
Yeah, and then I tossed the glowing pile of ash into the furnace.
And the furnace oven, we will now call it, just like trembles when you throw the ashes in there, and there's something's wrong in this place, but you can't quite, like, reality mythos is kind of fighting itself, because literally this is the only thing she has left is the location here for the witch. She has
Yeah,
some
I
frightful nightmares in her sleeping snoring pattern.
hopefully this does not mean that this entire structure was tied to the book.
No, no. She's warped this place into existence. But the
Yeah.
her magic grimoire was a big part of it. And all of her
Is
recipes are
she
now
still
gone.
asleep?
She's still sleeping, yeah. Yeah, this was definitely not
Okay.
enough to wake her up.
She'll be sleeping for some time. I'll say to you. Yeah.
So
She'll sleep for
what's
some
next?
time.
Maybe we should pay Hansel a visit.
I think we need to. I think we need to.
You guys totally have a montage of locking the doors and throwing shit in the furnace, and then you slam the doors in the car all at once and start zooming down city streets. Do 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 do.
Actually, as we pass through, what happened to the gingerbread men once the book was cooked?
Well, thankfully, Cole made short work of the rest of them. Do you look at the one that's in the
Yeah.
sewer grate? That one's still there. You see like creepy gingerbread hand in there, and
Okay.
it's
I was just worried that maybe they had reverted back to human body parts after Cole did his thing,
nope, nope. They're still
or King did his
they're still permanently transformed, so it doesn't
thing.
look like
Okay.
House of Horrors in the that area.
Good.
That way, King doesn't feel bad. It was actually Typhon killing all those people that made it power up.
Thanks, man. I don't mind.
Wow.
I'm easy. I can live with my mistakes.
Okay, as the cab screeches to a halt, there's a line of people still wanting to get into the rave. You hear the music and you see the lights in the upper windows. Do you just like leave the cab there on the front of the building, or do you go park it and try to
I
blend in?
park it. And try to blend in, and hopefully I won't get towed.
So you guys gonna try to?
Actually take a look around. Last time we saw what's the name of the gang again? The Silent.
Which ones?
They had candy on premises,
They did.
and I think that they used a van.
Oh, that's right.
So
Go ahead and give me an investigate to see
hey,
if you can see the same candy wagon.
they really call it the candy wagon?
I just came up with that name, so sure.
Wow.
It's very good. It's very good, dude.
Let's
I'm
see.
sure that's what the gang calls it.
But I'm gonna tag knows every street, crazy taxi, and temp workers, so I can do this unnoticed.
And I will tag Faded One.
Ooh. Really?
Okay.
Just because a lot of crazy stuff's.
There.
Oh, I hit the wrong one. Okay, go.
Okay. So investigate.
Yep. You
Oh,
do
man.
see the van. It does have four tough looking guys like hanging around smoking around the van. They're obviously on their smoke break. But you do spot the van.
Yeah. Okay. So I actually point that out to the boys. They're not looking for us.
They're
Let's leave them alone.
yep, they seem to be smoking. I mean, they would be dangerous if you approached,
Actually,
but they seem to be
yeah.
very very chill doing their thing.
Yeah. Actually, can we see a license plate?
Yep. It is Candy.
Okay. Let's take that down because after all this, if we need to call in law enforcement for backup, we know a couple of detectives, and now we have a license plate.
Hmm.
Popo involved.
I
Okay,
mean,
so
they're criminals. They're dealing drugs.
you guys gonna get in line like everybody else and wait an hour, or is there something fancy you gonna do to get inside quick and dirty? I'm
Well,
assuming you're not gonna wait.
do I still have my status? The king is here.
You do. You do still
Mm.
have the status. Are you gonna walk up and just say, "Let me in"?
Damn right.
Okay.
Damn right I am. If
So
I've got a status two and a bit or something, the king is here. These are my guys. They're
I
coming
don't
in.
even I don't even need a roll for that. So you see this big line with the velvet rope, and you guys just walk up like ballers at this place, and you're just like, "The king is here," and the
Damn right.
doorman's like, "Nice to see you, Mr. King," and he opens the velvet rope for you, and it gives you the get your butt in there because now it's a hopping place.
Yep. Good to see
As
you,
Yeah,
Marvin.
I know him. He's impotent.
soon as you get into the club, you hear the eat 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 of the rave going on, and the best part is remember that remix song that Hans did with you. He is totally playing
Oh
that
yeah.
song again.
Oh man.
He is cashing in on King's credit.
Classic.
Okay, so what do you guys
Oh
do?
well, that's fine.
There's motion, there's music, there's Rico's pager going off again.
Oh, Rico's pager.
Don't start.
He's needy.
I mean I do believe Broco is gonna be you're gonna have to ask King if he was actually interested in her or not.
I think she dropped him
Wait,
like
is Roko
freaking
to
hot
date
rock.
these people?
Okay, so you guys are in the club. It's a very familiar scene to you guys. You have the layout in your mind's eye. What do you guys do?
Ah, I look the king. The king is here.
It's about what's happened, man.
So how do we put an end to this?
I don't know.
As we get a
I mean, there's
flashback to
one
the
option,
we get a
but
flashback to the quiet conversation in the car right here.
Yeah.
It's better to
yeah.
talk in
I
the
mean,
car.
there's one option that you guys probably wouldn't like, but I mean,
What option is that?
I think. Come on, man.
As Typhon sits really heavy in its secret
Has
magical pocket.
Typhon kind of like
Feed me.
squirms in its sheath?
The only good Hans is a dead Hans.
I okay. Um, let's shut this
just
party
throwing
down.
out. No, I mean, I wouldn't recommend we do it like in front of everybody, but we get them aside and but
No. Rupert,
unless King or somebody
can
has other
you?
ideas.
Rupert, can you do something where maybe he turns back into a sleeper?
What are you talking about?
We're talking about Hansel. Hansel is the only part of this puzzle that is left causing a problem and heartache to the citizens of this city. His sister is
Well,
dead. Their mentor, or whatever you want to call her, it will be sleeping for 100 years.
we've
This guy
destroyed the.
needs to stop. He needs to go back to sleep.
Well, actually, I have no idea. Did you encounter him previously? Please remind me.
Yeah, he was at the other rave, and he collabed with King, and now it looks like he stole his music.
Yeah, but music is fluid, man. You know, I mean,
Hmm.
it's not about that. It's more about him posing a threat to rifts and their, you know, their
Mhm.
existence.
Was it picking up where the sister left off?
Yeah, exactly. And if he's living his best life, that means that other people aren't.
You can have your heart's desire. It just
So,
has a price.
Exactly.
well, I just make a gesture, of bewilderment. I don't know.
Okay. Um,
Easy there.
we
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
we could place a call. Oh,
Beer
that
down the
does
wrong
not
pipe.
sound good.
Yeah, that the wrong pipe.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly like the witch. Yeah. Oh, you disgust me.
Okay, you tell me if I what do you want me to do? I'm not sure.
Can this guy be changed back somehow to asleep? With everything we've seen, with everything we've done, can he just be?
Hmm. Well, we destroyed that furnace, which could
Yeah,
have done it.
yeah, we did. But you're a scientific genius. Is there something
Hmm.
we can do, or
Rupert scratches his head, thinks for a moment. He says, "Well, I have to investigate that. I cannot answer right now. I have to study him for a moment. I have no
Okay.
experience with such work.
I
By
mean,
the
there
way, I was
can be.
curious about how that furnace was working, but I didn't have enough time to investigate how it was working. So I'm not sure. It may it may take some experimentation, but it will take some time, and the result will be unpredictable.
There is the candy.
Yep.
Double dose them.
Oh, double dose of candy. Do we have access to that?
No, but
There's
I think I
plenty
I
can
here
thought
find.
you
somewhere,
had another sample.
Yeah,
but I'm sure we can find some here,
Tick, 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 tick.
there's the candy wagon.
right?
And there might be a dealer
Double
inside.
dose
There's
them, and then
probably a dealer here too.
Uh,
yeah.
True. Yeah.
Rupert digs up his pockets, and after a moment he says, "Hey, I don't know if Jim knows it. I have a tag, a power tag in the possessions section, which says found it."
Ooh.
Well done.
Are you gonna burn
So
the tag and say yes, you managed to find one at the club without any effort?
yeah,
Okay. Boom.
Mhm.
All of a sudden Rupert just
because
like
I had
bumped into
I
somebody.
had I,
Oh yeah, I've got one
ca-
here.
I had taken it for as a sample for investigation before at some moment.
He reached into his pocket and was like, what, doesn't everybody have one of these?
What?
No,
So you
Yeah,
got one.
not so much.
So, and I give it to others and say, okay, here are these. So do what you how you consider necessary.
Okay. So
Just don't take it yourselves, please.
yeah. So we have the candy. We need to get Hans to consume the candy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he probably has protection with him.
Yeah, but him and Cole are like,
The
they're
bros,
like tight.
man.
I mean,
The
King,
bros.
King and
Yeah.
King and him are tight. He can probably talk him up and then slip him a Mickey and the drink or something, or
Do you
Sounds like a plan.
think he's actually taken it? Because would he not be subject to the power that would then kind of levitate him and trap him, or does it not
once he
work like
take, well, that's once he takes the second dose, he loses. So he got like everything he wanted to become this like famous DJ. The witch said, if I
Mhm.
recall. So
Yeah.
that's the first dose. It's the second dose that you lose your mythos and then are subject to being pulled
Well, remember,
to.
he has taken multiple doses. He's the only person on record that you know that has, and it's still out in the
Oh,
street.
oh
And
no, I don't
King,
think that was.
King
I
can
don't remember hearing that.
King can totally, fill you in with his info dump of what the witch says. On the second dose, you teleport back to the factory, and you get turned into candy. Obviously, because
Right,
Hans is Gretel's brother, she would never cook him, but when you take another dose after the first one, you get teleported back to the factory.
right. But you were like a kind of a somewhat influential automaton, though, right? So.
Well, the maker of the candy, when they cast the spell, have the ability to trap you in a force field automatically. Once
Right.
and technically, the
Right.
witch totally
Okay.
told him that
So
they were
that's the
aware of you.
main.
So if one of you can dose him, he would teleport back to the factory.
Okay. Let's
And then
see.
someone would have to bake him to take away his powers. He'd have to be put in the furnace.
Oh.
That's the part that makes you a sleeper is someone
Oh,
actually
it's not
turns
automatic. Yes,
yeah,
yes,
it's
yes.
not
Yes.
Adam.
Oh.
Someone has to
Oh,
put you in the furnace and bake you for the power to be pulled out. And if they bake you wrong, you become
oh,
a gingerbread man.
oh. So the kid, the mermaid, got baked and got lucky.
Well, yeah, basically, Gretel baked him correctly. It's if you don't bake them
Okay.
correctly, they become gingerbread men.
Okay. All right. I thought, yeah, just the second dose took away the power. So, okay.
So have we destroyed the furnace?
No,
Technically, it's not destroyed yet. No,
No, we've just put. No,
I
we've
only
just
just
put all
I
the
used
shit
to.
in it that we wanted to destroy. Yeah.
you could always put the
Yeah.
candy in a drink, slip them a sweet Mickey, and then do a car race back to the factory.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, King
And,
totally, you know, makes, Hans's favorite cocktail from when he went to the bar and slips the piece of candy in there. He
Yep.
totally slips in somebody a roofie at a rave. It's totally on par. With all the lights,
right?
distraction, and the fact that Hans trusts King implicitly, has no problem, then you guys go flying out of the rave. The car doors slam. Do 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 do, driving back across town, thinking hopefully he doesn't drink it too fast. As you guys get back to the factory, you know that he should be, appearing somewhere in this general vicinity.
Oops.
Oh shit. we destroyed the cookbook. How do we actually do it?
In the oven and cook them.
Does it matter?
Yeah, it seems
Yeah,
like
it matters.
putting them in
You
there,
can't
not
just go around
the
killing
cookbook.
random folk.
There was totally a procedure to
Well,
follow, but you guys can always try to bungle it. I'm good with this. This is a good thing.
Yeah, we can bungle it. Let's bungle it.
Okay?
Go, go, go. I
DJ
love a bit of
Hans
bungling.
appears
it's
here just as you guys are all
it's already in
Avengers.
motion, so
You guys are Avengers style surrounding him as he appears, like Loki at the end of Avengers, as he's like, DJ Hans! And then he looks around and says, oh fuck, I'm at the gingerbread house. And you guys are all surrounding him, and he's just like,
Yeah, man.
what? Gretel! And his call just echoes, 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 with a hint of snoring in the background. As
Yeah.
he's like, King, bro,
This is the end
buddy,
of the line for you,
buddy,
bro.
what's going on here? How do you know about the gingerbread house?
Yeah, grab him.
You guys grab him
Yeah.
and you
Yeah,
shove
sorry,
him.
my
You're shoving
dude.
him in the oven.
Yeah,
He
some music is
screams
timeless, you know.
bloody hell, saying, "Not the oven!" As you shove him in and slam the door. And who's gonna bungle with the controls? Who's
It's
gonna
got to be Rupert. It's got to be Rupert,
Definitely,
please.
definitely, Rupert. Yeah.
because
Stand
he's
back. I'm
curious
a
anyways.
scientist.
Rupert
Stand
Yeah,
is
back.
he's curious
I'm a
about it.
scientist.
Rupert stands up in front
Yeah.
of the oven. It's got these old timey looking knobs, and there's like a baffle blowy thing, and there's a stack that goes up. And then at the same time, the three of you, as you're watching him do this, you see Rupert standing there in front of the stove that's monstrously large. Easily an adult sized person can fit in there. As there's flames, and the door practically seems like it's going ho 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 when it's burping with heat, and he's wiggling the controls, and then you blink, and all of a sudden he's standing in front of the foundry's furnace. And where you saw his hand jiggling the controls, you now see his hand holding a chain. And up above is one of those big cauldrons that would normally have the liquid metal, and there's some kind of like green whiffy smoke coming off of it. And all of a sudden Rupert is fuddling with the controls from his point of view, but to you guys he's like pulling a chain, and looking down at Hans, who's just in the fetal position screaming in the bottom of the actual furnace. So Rupert, what
So
tags are
Rupert,
you gonna tag for a I'm thinking of stop holding back.
yeah, I was thinking that taking the risk sounds more proper, but you know better.
And while he's
Um,
screaming, I'm gonna totally click a needs to concentrate. A guy screaming because he knows what's coming is
Uh,
just gonna be a hard thing to concentrate on. So there's one -1.
of course, but also Rupert feeds on high stress because he is stressful
Uh huh.
doing that, and plus material science. So I have two tags.
Material science in the magic form. Okay, so go ahead and give me a stop holding back. Do you want to
okay.
call on any of your helps from any of your friends? I do see you've got two with call.
Actually, let's see here.
Is
I
everybody gonna?
calculated your -1 tag because I had two
Um,
minus one, so I have +1.
So is anyone
I
gonna
have
toss?
expert,
Oh, you do.
which allows me to contribute one of my tags to his action.
Okay, so Rico's totally giving you tips and primers on, buddy, step on the baffle, and you're like, the baffle. Pull that
Yeah.
chain. What chain? I'm playing with an oven. So that makes that
Yep.
9 into a 10, which is a big importance because a 9 would have made a gingerbread man and not a sleeper. as all of a sudden you
Alright.
guys you see one
Yeah, right.
flash where he is pulling the chain down and laughing maniacally, and the chemicals are pouring into the furnace and bathing Hans with the stuff, and he's screaming, "No, not my perfect
Oh,
blood!
God.
Gretel, save me!"
My-
Two, it flashes to him at the oven, turning knobs and lifting the little furnace flue to make the smoke come out and stepping on the baffle, and you hear Hans screaming in the oven and kicking at the door that he latched shut. To all of a sudden, the screams subside after a few moments to just a
Hmm.
crying, sobbing sound. And and you see him slap the lock on the oven, which should always worry you when your oven has a lock, like the old timey ones did. And he opens
Right? Like,
the oven, and this steam, this green steam mist comes baffling out with the heat. And you see Hans curled up in the fetal position on the rack in the oven, and he's just trembling. And underneath him, you see this perfect blue candy. Looks just like all the others. To all of a sudden you blink,
Mm.
and then there's the furnace, and the liquid is turning into a steam. The green fluids steam up, and you see Hans curled up and sitting on, in the middle of his fetal position, the little blue candy. Damn reality shifting. As does
I,
someone wanna pull him out?
yeah,
Yeah, I'll do it.
And as
I'll
soon as
help him as well.
you guys help him out, he kind of like looks around and goes, "What? Why am I in this factory? Thank you for helping me out." And he kind of looks at you guys. He's like, "Thank you." And he kind of looks at his clothes and looks at you guys and says, "What's what's going on here? What?"
Uh,
It's a long story, man. But we're here to help you out, get you taken somewhere safe.
Oh, okay. I, my name's Hans, and he totally has
Excellent.
this
I'll
amnesiac.
put my arm around him.
Okay,
Yeah.
do me a favor.
I'll put my arm around him and say, Hans, do you like jazz?
I like music, but I was never good at playing any musical instruments. King, do me a favor. Give
No.
me a quick
Well,
convince.
convinced, yeah?
Yep. No negatives to be
Tell
involved
you what,
because currently he is totally amnesic, and I'll even give you a +1 because you've kind of helped him out of the oven as a group. So you guys seem to be nice guys.
yeah, why not? Yeah. Um, okay, empathic connection. I'm going to tick that. And
You immediately give a look to your team, and everybody's like they nod at once. So yeah, let's get him out of here.
Yes.
yeah, why not? Oh, shit. I tell you what, I'm not going to do. I'm not going to tag anything in my mission because that's what I'm going to swap out. I haven't quite decided yet.
It is the big decision.
Music is the universal language. Yeah. And what am I doing? Convincing.
A convince. Yep. This is basically just to guarantee his compliance, to see whether he's confused or willing to be compliant with you guys. We're letting the dice answer that question.
Come on.
Okay.
Okay. Somewhere in the middle.
Okay. So we're gonna say you've got a status 3 ticks of good guys. He thinks you guys are good guys, so he's just like, okay, where are we
No problem.
where are we going? I I I kind of I'm kind of confused right now. As he,
Sure. I'll tell you what. Let's go. Have you ever heard of the greatest jazz club in the city? It's called the Ebony Lounge, and you know, it's kind of like my church. I tell you what. Let's go there, and we'll start our journey together. How about that?
I think that sounds nice. That would be cool. Are all of you coming?
Yeah. And as we
Mm-hmm.
lead them out, I kind of lead them around the pile of ashes
Yes,
on the
let's go.
middle of the floor.
I was gonna totally say
Yeah, that's his
so.
system.
Since it's a result of 9, he kind of points to the pile of ashes that already has a one shoe print in it. And says, "What's that?"
An accident.
Okay,
Hmm.
let's go to see the greatest jazz place ever before there's another accident. Come on,
Yes,
guys.
yes, indeed.
Let's go have a great time. Are are there girls
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, there's
Well,
girls and guys and whatever else, you know.
All right,
Um,
this is gonna be a
let's just
great.
say, and I'll say to him, let's just say everybody needs some loving.
All right, great. It's gonna be a guys' night at the jazz club. What's jazz? I, I'm I'm more
My
of
Yeah.
a
friends,
I'm more of a rock and roll kind of guy. I think. I'm not sure.
well, you know, the lines kind of blur with jazz. So, you know, my friend, let me educate you, and I'll kind of wrap my arm around him and kind of drag him off to the car.
And as you guys walk out of the factory, the camera kind of tilts and pans back as you guys get into the car, and we get this little camera montage scene of the guys' night out in Polaroids because it's the 80s. You drive through town, you stop at the
I
burger
love it.
joint, you end up going to the club, and the photographer at the club takes a couple different pictures. King is totally guiding Hans away from being douchebag Hans.
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess I gotta return that phone call.
you
Yeah, you got to.
You disappear into the back room and return the phone call, and Jill is super excited that you finally called. She was worried about you, wanted to make sure you were okay. And guess what? I want you to invite you to my birthday party tomorrow. I turn 18 tomorrow, and there's a big party where my parents are having
18.
at at, one of the local party halls, so I can have a boys and girls party, and I totally want you to be there.
Uh, what time? And I'll need an address.
And she gives you the details. Because Jack and Jill
Okay.
have finally gotten back together. And she's of legal
Yay.
age, since I said she was under before. And now
Okay.
King feels
Um,
bad.
see.
It's awesome.
My only other concern here is the candy wagon.
It'll work its way out of the system.
Okay.
Well,
I mean,
essentially, if they take it twice, they'll teleport back there, and then they'll find themselves in a factory, won't they? Like fuck all will happen.
the worst
Yeah.
case
Is
is
that
the
right?
wish part, though. If they only do it once, and the wish part could be problem down the road, but
Depends on what.
can we
it's
just
great.
can we just
That's a
report to
future.
authorities that there is something suspicious going on in that old factory? So they
Um, I don't think
take
that we
a,
can report anything suspicious about the old factory because
Well,
it's no
maybe they're
longer
not
used right now.
licensed.
I mean,
Maybe it's not licensed for that kind of activity, and they're
I
been
I
squatting
think
doing a club.
that we can drop the dime on the candy wagon, the drugs inside.
uh-huh.
But they're gonna find candy, not drugs.
No, there's drugs in the wagon, too. And
Oh, okay. Well
as
then,
Yeah,
we see
and
the montage of Rico dropping a dime onto the cops, and all of a sudden a couple cop cars raid the wagon and arrest everybody in the montage. And they seize the candy as
uh,
evidence. They don't know what it is because it tested negative for drugs, but it's evidence. So eventually it gets thrown on the burn pile.
yes.
nice.
Yeah,
and some of those
I
guys
think that
go to
works.
jail. Now the question is,
Yeah.
All
Is Rupert going to take the factory as his new laboratory?
Oh, yeah, that would be awesome.
Obviously, nobody's come to use this place except for bad people.
Well, what are you trying to say, man?
Rupert totally has
That's
access to
interesting.
a place for his experiments on what is reality, because this place is in the middle of both. It's in flux.
yeah, but how is he going to work around the single occupant?
What?
He's
She's
sleeping.
sleeping forever. It's fine.
Okay.
Until Rupert starts
He's in the back
experimenting
room.
on her.
Just lock it.
Well,
Yeah, you
actually,
could
then
roll
we
up.
can have eye on her.
Yeah,
Rupert
Well,
you could put her in a
True.
glass coffin.
Rupert
Kind of
breaks up
Sleeping
the
Beauty style.
room.
We can even build a crystal coffin for her.
Yep.
I don't know how to build a crystal coffin, but
Well,
Oh,
I am willing
I'll
to. I am willing to help.
we build a
You-
coffin and
I
he
ha
turns it into
I
crystal.
already have an idea how to build it.
Yeah.
Of course you do.
He'll mutate the material.
Yeah.
Okay.
There we go. We're
Okay, so as the camera pans out and we see the montage of things happening on, since this is the wrap up for this campaign at least, since we're doing Fallout next. What's a montage for each of you guys that happens in your lives? What is the next step?
Oh, that's a good question.
Who wants to go first?
Wow, a montage.
You know, in classic 80s movie
Hmm.
style, you're all at the club and there's a picture of each of you doing something, and then the caption describes what happens in your life. Moves on and
Wild.
marries and has 2.6 children. Don't ask where the other 0.4 of the child is.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I see what you mean. Um,
Yeah.
I think King trains DJ Hands up to be an excellent musician,
Ooh, he just
um,
needed the right coach.
and they become partners in the Ebony Lounge.
Ooh,
Ooh. Wow.
that's a good ending.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Great.
and I
But
think go on.
what about your mythos side? What's going on with that?
With that, yeah, I think, and that allows me to step away from the club a little bit and
Ooh.
perhaps go and do the superhero shit. Kind of step out into the world and kind of, and while my focus before was on guiding the dead, or at least resolving the dead's mysteries, I think I would go out and try and help the living, you know, stop them being dead in the first place. I think there would be some kind of weird kind of montages of kind of some gun battles in the street and me turning up and kind of enveloping people in kind of radiant angelic wings and everybody just kind of like then standing around looking, oh god, what's happened? Oh, you're right, man, you know, and then hugging each other and then kind of, you know, us being off in some side street somewhere and just kind of, you'll be all right now, kid, you know, and little things like that. You just kind of, you know, while DJ Hands kind of does the kind of thing in the club, you know, runs the club and charms the people. I think that would be my, you know, my montage.
Look at you going full super and being a good guy.
Yeah, damn right, man. Damn right.
But death isn't bad. It's a
No,
natural thing.
absolutely. No, I'm not saying it is. No, I'm not saying it is. It's just, you know, all to an awesome jazz soundtrack, obviously.
You have turned him to
Um,
the jazz side.
yeah, yeah, That would be largely me, I think.
So I'm probably spending some time communing with the Fang and kind of getting a feel for, I don't know what its intentions are because I left that open, but I would think I would probably hang with King, helping him and
Definitely.
being possibly with the intentions of the Fang, being the
You know the Fang
the
is happy
element, the
when you can use it
sword
against you.
as needed to aid people on their way if needed
It likes
on
fruit.
his
sword?
behalf.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I think sometimes we might have to decide between us that sometimes people are better off moving on, and if that's the case, then we can deal with that.
And
As we
basically
see a
being
picture of you
his
plunging
sword.
Typhon into someone's chest.
Oh yeah, gouts of blood that's coming away, covered in claret. It'd be brilliant.
And
Oh,
siphoning their mythos
And for some reason, Typhon never has blood on it that needs to be cleaned off.
somehow.
Stormbringer. It's clearly
Rup-
Stormbringer.
and Rupert is investigating that magical stuff, trying to understand how it works, and meanwhile also trying to utilize it, this magic, to get rid of his trunk addiction.
Well, no,
Oh, very
Wherever.
good.
remember when you took the candy, it got rid of that. Remember,
Yeah.
the candy gave you your wish, which was to get rid of your addiction.
You didn't
Oh,
take the next one, so you're
And
good.
mega focus, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
so
So he's trying to figure out science and magic.
Uh huh.
yes, yes.
Now
There's
you're
got to
thinking,
be a
And
science here. It can't be true magic.
he's very careful not to make experiments that notice those men in black,
Oh, yeah, in gray
that
suits
he's doing
Oh yeah.
and
that.
fedoras.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Screw those guys.
the conspiracy theorists will call them the MIB,
So
Mist in Black.
one of his directions of research is how to make a magical shield, so magic doesn't go out of a certain place.
Ooh.
Wow.
So he's not caught doing that.
He's like, I'm not having no more of them shields. I ain't doing that shit again.
Nope. No magical cage. That's some bad magic. And what about
Yeah,
Rico?
Rico.
Let's
Rico
see.
Suave.
I'm probably a patient of Dr. Crystal Knight,
Oh.
Oh,
where she has to sit through and listen to all the jacks fight over why they should be the one dating Jill.
Oh. As you know, you get clinically diagnosed with multiple personality disorder, but it's okay. It seems to be manageable.
Yes.
As Dr. Crystal Knight is definitely willing to help you through this issue.
Yes. And just continue to date Jill, get into college, um, and try to keep working towards making ends meet until I can land a actual career.
And what kind of career is Rico looking for?
You want your own taxi company?
Um,
a magical one,
Magical.
I mean,
Magic Cat.
part of mine
self-driving
would be
taxi.
helping invest into your taxi company for you if you'd like, with that
well,
part of my element.
I'm not exactly sure. I think that maybe some sort of worker placement industry.
Ooh. Ooh, okay.
Look at you going all social worker and stuff.
And
Yeah.
conveniently, you have Jill's parents' support, who are pretty influential in the sleeper part of the town's, business, where they adopted Jill as a child and will totally support whatever dream you have to make sure their baby is taken care
Okay. And I'm and once a week I pay Odin a visit.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a good one, man.
yeah.
By the way, what happened to King's relationship with Dr. Crystal Knight?
No,
No,
that's
it's
me.
Cole.
of.
All the time
Um,
surprised that there was no scandals of
so
them
with that,
breaking
I
up.
was just
Of what?
I was just thinking about that. So Cole does spend some time juggling between uh, Crystal Knight and Cleo.
As you discover that Cleo is actually the rift of Isis, by the way. Just like Cleopatra
Oh,
was
okay,
the rebirth of Isis.
right.
So she's totally
Yep.
a goddess of healing who is great at keeping you physically fit. And of course, helping out any
So
victims that you guys find in the future. And
so
Dr.
so
Crystal Knight is
Queen Queen or goddess? I think I might go lean towards goddess, but
as you end up
I
finding out
mean,
after conversation that Crystal Knight is cool with you guys having an open relationship because she's busy with her
oh,
client. But don't
oh,
miss
not that open.
A
Not
lot of
don't
That
conflict.
sounds like a trap.
don't miss the Wednesday appointment that you have at her office every Wednesday, where she goes all doctor on you, doctor.
Okay.
As like the camera pans out, it kind of flashes back through all those montages back to when you guys were taking Hans out of there, and then it shows like a few hours later, and the sun's up, and you hear some scuffs of tennis shoes in the warehouse as an old man with a ripped and faded baseball cap and some scruffy clothes comes walking in, and a beautiful gold pocket watch in his hand, and he looks at the time, closes it, puts it back in the little pocket watch pocket on your jeans, walks over to the pile of ashes with the footprint in it, picks them up with his fingers and just lets the ashes fall to the ground and just gives a huh. And then he walks over to where you guys destroyed all the candy and goes, huh. And then he walks around the place and just sees the pile of the gingerbread men. Huh. And he turns around and walks out of the warehouse, leaving the doors kind of ajar with the daylight blasting inside the dark warehouse, and it blows the pile of ashes.
And I'm sorry, who
As
is this guy?
just
The Fisher
I
King.
think that was the
some
Fisher King.
old homeless looking guy. As he walks over and
Oh,
un- unlocks the gate to exit and locks the padlock behind him and picks up a fishing pole that was leaning against the gate, puts it over his shoulder, and just walks down the lonely road that heads back towards town, and he's whistling.
oh, it's better than a fedora guy. So, all right.
True.
No.
Because of course the Fisher King's got to have the last shot there in the montage. Because we've been
Yeah.
teasing
Right.
Yeah.
at him, but not able to
Got to
get
leave it
to.
open.
Yep. So this may not be the last session,
Excellent.
but it is a break in the campaign.
Yep. Very
Yep.
cool.
What's everybody making for the Fallout?
I don't know. I haven't looked at the documents yet. Are they?
What?
I know, dude.
Killing me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. My
David,
life is
David's
my
probably
life
got
is
a
chaos
character
at the best
in
of times.
there and everything already. Does anyone need a re-invite to
Um,
the Roll20 lobby, by the way? Because I only see David and Neil in there so far, as I just
what
switched
what
channels.
do I need? Sorry.
You should already have an invite to it. You just need to come into the page, but I can totally send another invite to you guys real quick. Let me just pop
So
over.
where would I find the invite? Sorry,
In roll
in
20.
the
I'll copy paste it and put it in the Facebook chat real quick.
Oh, what is all about? This invite.
remember we were starting Fallout next? Roll 20
yes,
Fallout.
I guess. Oh, invite for the next campaign. I see.
Yep,
see.
there you go. I just put it in the Facebook chat real quick, so that way you got it.
Okay.
So how do I build a character in this? Because right now all I see is the bio and info tag. So I don't actually see a character sheet or character builder here.
Okay, so let me launch in there because you kind of have to jump in once so I can give you a character sheet.
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm
sure.
in there now.
Yeah, let me give everybody. So in the character tab, you should see the characters, but I can give you control now. There you go.
Because I was thinking about playing a Mr. Handy.
You're doing
Alright.
Mr. Handy
Robot.
doctor, right? Or mechanic person. Yeah.
The doctor.
Yep.
And of course, it's funny because there's another Fallout game that David's in that he didn't realize which was which because I just copied that game. I'm like, why recreate things? I'll just duplicate the lobby for another group. It's already got all the monsters and bad things in it.
All right. Can I get my character? I have everything for my character. Cool.
Okay. Am I in the wrong?
I don't see you in the lobby.
I think you're
It's
in
Fallout Adventures or Survivors.
Yeah, I'm in the Survivors.
Let me make sure Fallout Survivors. Yep, that's the right one. And you'd want to launch game.
Yep, launching game now.
Okay, because I'm only seeing me in there right now, so that's weird.
I'm only seeing me in there.
I only see myself there.
Everybody sees the picture of Welcome Home gas station. Oh, I see David now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can all see each other. That's progress.
I don't see anybody else.
Yeah, I don't see the icons down at the bottom for everybody. That's
I don't see them either. Yeah.
I see only my icon on the screen, but I see all yours saying hello and hi.
Yeah.
So once we've all said hello and hi, go ahead and log out and log back in, and maybe that'll fix it.
Well, that or you may need to redo your script.
Yeah, the script may need to be redone.
So does that mean we need to log out?
Yeah, go ahead and log out real quick. I'll restart the API script.
Okay, let me bounce back out again.
Oh, wait. Okay,
yeah, so
give me a minute.
Pop out to the launch screen.
Okay, I'm at the launch screen.
Okay, everybody should be able to jump back in now.
So
oh, there it is. For a second. That's weird.
No difference.
Is this a single player game?
Oh man, I was opting for 76 so we could all play. And you should have control of your character sheets now. I got everybody assigned.
Yeah, I see all the character sheets and stuff, but that's weird. We don't see each other's tags in the room.
On the bottom, yeah.
That's
okay,
weird.
I can see my character sheet now. Yay.
Oh, I see. Right. So it's just a generic character sheet with a name, but with no stats.
Yeah, you can change the name. Yep.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
it's on the Genesis system. So
yeah.
just Just to
Okay.
remind me, I will find the documents in the City of Mist message window in Facebook. Yeah.
Well, I sent you from my OneDrive the PDF, so it should be there in the link. Yeah.
Okay. I just gotta find it. Yeah.
And on
And I
that character sheet, under if you're on the bio and info tab up at the right, you edit that, and that's where you'll change your name, and you would upload a avatar for your character.
Yep. And if you need any help, just let me know, and I can fill it in too. If you just send me the sheet,
Yeah, no problem.
because
Mate. Thank
we
you so
got
much.
time, so that's
Yeah.
not a problem.
Yeah.
And
So we have a medic.
Uh,
Sorry.
Is
Go
this
ahead.
Genesis skills guide? No, is that what I'm
Yeah.
looking at?
Oh no. Fallout
Yeah.
2.0.
But it's the Genesis system, isn't it? Yeah.
correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Genesis Dropbox, is that it?
Yep. That should be it.
And that's weird. I can't seem to pull up. I'm taking a look at a weird page. I have
Which one?
characters highlighted, but
Uh-huh.
I don't see the attributes or anything. Oh wait, I was looking at the wrong tab. Sorry.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
just
The character sheet
real
has
quick on
many tabs.
yeah. If
Yeah.
you're not used
Okay.
to the Roll20 character sheet, so at the top, very top, you'll see character sheet, vehicle sheet, group sheet, companion sheet. We probably won't get
Yeah.
into those for a while, but then down below, you'll see another set of tabs, character info. That's where you have your name and some of your just general information. Skills then brings up your characteristics and then your skills,
Yeah. I was looking
weapons,
at
and
the first
talents.
set of tabs, not the second.
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
So,
Yep, and pretty much for Genesis, the first thing you'll want to do is pick what your archetype is. So basically, like human, what kind of human? Because they have like 12 different varieties in the Fallout setting.
smart or charismatic and
Yeah,
Yeah.
robot, ghoul, whatnot. And then you would pick your
Mhm.
career, which gives you a
or look at your career, figure out which characteristic character
matches
or
that, depending.
Yeah. Cool.
I am I
So
am
this is
I am just at the bottom of the learning curve, looking how steep it goes up. I know
it'll
nothing about
Yeah,
Genesis yet.
these are
yeah,
way
it'll
more
come quick.
complicated character sheets. So the only thing as a player you need to really worry about is on the top, be on character sheet, and at the bottom, it's going to be character info, skills, and then weapons and talents. You'll be getting more of. That's where you put your weapons for combat, where you roll initiative for combat,
Mhm.
and the item inventory.
Mhm.
So there will be a learning curve, but it is pretty damn easy with the game system. And the nice thing is
okay.
when you set the difficulty dice and you roll, I've got it prompted where it'll give you tips for how to spending advantage and triumph, which is the good stuff that happens on the dice roll because you have success, fail, advantage
Mhm.
or disadvantage, or triumph, which is the natural 20, or despair, which is like a natural 1. And it does all the
Yeah.
calculations for you. So, like, I'll totally
Yeah.
sneak into Aaron's character and give you an example of here's an average skill with an average difficulty.
Hmm.
As I look and go, oh, yeah, there's a lot of character skills being popped up there. I'm like, why is this not rolling? I just fixed the API script.
Is it because I've
It
got
could,
no numbers in there?
it could be because I think
Oh,
we're both.
probably.
I'll pick a
Because
different character.
I haven't generated a character. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
So
I'll sneak in and use Gary's character. So, like, here's an average difficulty shooting a firearm. Let me sneak into Gary's
Hmm.
pistol. Just to give you an idea of what it looks like. Bam! Okay, it did not roll any dice for me. Can anybody else roll their dice? David? Or do I have to redo the
Um,
API script again?
Yeah, let's see.
Do we do it from our connector sheet?
Yeah,
Once you have it
yeah. Give
filled
me a
in, you
sec.
can.
Here, let me grab skill. Let me up something and run athletics.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Put a skill.
I gotta reload the API script because the GM's pool I can't sync.
Oh, did it not? Nope, didn't flash when I did my thing, did it? I
Nope.
tried to click it.
I may have to
Nope.
rebuild the log
Back
from
out of the pool.
scratch. Yeah, so everybody go ahead and log out
Of what? Fallout?
of log out of Fallout.
Roll
Yeah.
20.
Okay.
Roll 20, yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Okay, let me know when
So
everybody's out.
page 70.
Wait a second.
Everybody,
I'm
or
out.
as far as the Fallout book, page 77 in the book starts character creation.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks,
Just to
David.
help
Yeah.
you jump, because there's a ton of other information up there.
Ton of
Um,
shit.
page 77 starts Fallout characters, so it describes humans.
Is that
And
the
what you want to,
the main book or the Fallout book? Sorry.
it's the Fallout book, Fallout second
Fallout.
revised edition.
Yep, I see it.
Because
Yep.
this book has a lot of fluff information about Fallout. So,
Right. Okay.
so page 77 starts the description of the uh, races. Basically, you have your humans, and you'll want to look at your humans. Like I said, depending on what your career is, you want to look at, okay, is it a intelligent career that it focuses on, or does it focus more on agility? And then determine if what human type you want to go with, strong, nimble, so forth. Because you'll see it gives you kind of a bump in one of the main stats. Plus, you want to look at underneath, it'll give you starting skills and like a special talent because of that type of human.
So,
Oh,
page 77
yep.
on what
The
I've got
Fallout.
is step 4 skills. No?
77? No.
No,
You're in the
have I
Fallout
got
second. You're in the second revised edition?
Or are you in the
hang
Genesis
on,
book?
hang on.
Oh, no. 77 of the actual
Fallout.
pages. Sorry.
The settings specific book.
79.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
it's like 400 pages long, isn't it?
Yep, it's a
Yeah.
big one.
So 79 on the counter, 77 by
Yeah,
the book pages.
yeah. Yeah,
So the
I'm with
big
you.
thing,
Yep.
big thing I would do is first probably, because you can look at some of the stuff there, but I would go down and look at the careers, which is the next category, which is page 86 by the counter or 84 by the book page.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can figure out kind of what career you're looking for and then go back and go, okay, what sound, because it'll tell you what skills are needed or are given by that career. And you can look at the character sheet and see, obviously athletics is going to be brawn, but like discipline, you might not know, but you could look at the character sheet in Roll20 and go, okay, so that skill is affected by what characteristic there. So,
Yeah.
and then figure out. So, highly recommend just a learning from mine. You're going to start with, it'll tell you on your character sheet. I think most of the humans start with 100 skill points
Experience.
or starting experience. Oh, 110. Well, 100 or 110, depending on, I guess, the human. It looks like one's got 110. No, that's the average human. Highly recommend spending most of those points on characteristics because this is pretty much one of the only ways to increase your dice pool.
Yep.
So your characteristic. So if you look at an intellectual human, they have a 3 intellect, that means they have 3 green dice to start.
And you can jump back in the
The-
lobby,
Right.
by the way. It's working now.
Okay, cool.
Mm.
They have agility of 1, which means they have 1 green dice as a base pool to do something with agility. So
Yeah.
you're a clumsy fuck.
Yep.
So you want to your key skills that you're looking at, you want to kind of look at getting a 3, or typically the highest you can go is like a 4, and then you're kind of suffering some stuff. But that dice pool helps you a lot, because then your skills, as you get proficiency in the skills, some of those green dice turn to yellow dice, which are better dice for the dice pool for that skill. So something to kind
We
of
get
look
back
at.
into this whole D12 argument. Yep.
Yep. So, but dice, because I made the mistake of not doing a lot to my characteristics, and I bought like talents, and then and some upgrades to the skill to get yellow dice, but it hampered me a lot, because like I'm supposed to be really good like slicer, so intelligence, but I didn't up my intelligence, so my dice pools sucked. But and the only way you get to increase that is a lot of extra experience into talents to get to a talent that allows you to upgrade one of your
Yeah. Characteristics.
characteristics. So
And we're talking
it's very hard to get those increased later.
Yeah, so always put your experience points first into characteristics. Skills and talents you will definitely be picking up in game as we play, because you get on average 10 to 20 experience per game session, depending on if you accomplish goals and things. So don't worry about buying a lot of the
5, 10,
talents
15
until like in gameplay, and skills definitely you can level up in gameplay. Characteristics is really where you want to spend most of your experience, because you have to buy 5 talents that go way up in points to get 1 increase in a characteristic.
Mm-hmm.
And you're probably only going to ever get 1 increase.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you would then have to get, another 5 rank 1, level 4 rank 2, and 3 rank 3s to get to another dedication.
It's a ton. Yeah.
So get your
so
characteristics where you want them. So like if you want to be really good at medicine, you want an intel of 3 to 4. I mean, you could always go crazy and go straight to 5, but 3 to 4 would give you still points to play with for other stats.
Yep. And how you increase your starting characteristics. So if it's a 2, which is average, it would cost you 30 to get 3.
Yeah, it's 10 times.
If you wanted to go to 40 or to a 4, 10 times. So if you wanted to go to 4, that's another 40 points.
Wow.
And you have to buy
that would be 70 points
at a time. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but the character sheet does the math for us, right?
No.
Not that character sheet, no.
No, there's an online character builder, but the problem is it doesn't have Fallout in it, because it's a unofficial Fallout setting. So there's no actual pre-character made. If you want help, I can just totally hit me up and I can help you go through it.
Yeah. I was going to say the same thing. I'm happy to walk people through if they need help.
Okay.
Yeah, David and I have made quite a few characters in this system.
That's about me.
Yeah.
So basically, just let us know what your picks would be and what you would like your abilities, and we can do the bookkeeping for you.
Yeah, we can help walk you through filling it out and up,
Saying
the
here are some options of what you're saying you want. Because like for our Mr. Handy as a robot, they start out with a ton of experience, but all your stats are at the bottom. One thing to be careful with making a robot character that I've seen a few times happen: don't make a robot just to spend all your experience to turn them into a human. Don't make all your stats 2 because most of the bots, like especially in the Star Wars setting, you're gonna be like ones for a couple, and you're gonna have like a great stat and an okay stat. So figure out what skills you're gonna use the most of, and make sure your most skills gets the great skill. Like R2 would be intelligence, because R2 is about hacking and mechanics and stuff like that. And then for the secondary
Yeah.
one, he has agility, because he's more agile than C3PO.
Yeah.
So, and then
Yeah.
everything
So
else
you're
is
going
one.
doc. Yeah. So you're going doctor. So that's going to be, or whatever. I forget what they call it in here. If it's actually a doctor or what. But
Yeah. So
so
like
you're going to want
intellect would be
intelligence
your,
as your primary.
yeah. And then
A
depending
3 or a 4
on,
there. Just
like,
depends.
if you're gonna be decked out in melee weapons, cutting devices, maybe you want a
Mhm.
good agility for that, or strength for that.
Or brawn for
Yeah, brawn.
melee. Yeah.
So that way you'll probably want a good brawn for carrying gear too. Which the nice thing with
Yeah.
robots,
Fix your carrying and your health.
yep, it affects how much damage you can soak before taking actual damage.
Okay. Also,
Because
Okay.
everybody loves a doctor with a buzzsaw. And with robots, pretty
Mhm.
much all of your equipment is considered integrated. So it's not that you're carrying it per se, it's part of you, which is nice because that means any armor you get is just built into you. And robots
Yep.
have unlimited capacity for getting cybernetics. Whereas everybody else, it actually physically strains them to be cybered up.
Is it an advertisement?
Uh,
What's that?
I'm just saying it is handy if you have that option.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sound like politician.
But yeah, ping me on what are we on in our chat? Teams. We got a Teams chat. Yeah, ping me in the Teams or in the chat, Facebook chat if you want help. I'm happy. I'm pretty open, time
cool.
wise. I don't do too
Right.
much, but happy to sit and walk to, talk about and help get you generated up.
Sure. I'll reach out when I have some time.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much time do we have till we should have those characters ready, more or
Well,
less?
I mean, July 20th or 27th. What's good for next game time? That's a good way of
Yeah.
setting the deadline.
Yep.
Well,
Let me just have a look at my.
I'm
Right.
completely unsure if I ever manage this year to go to Ropecon. But if I do, it's the last weekend of July usually.
So should we aim for July 20th?
I can't do that night. I have a game on actually away from home, and I can't do the 27th again. I'm at a LARP, so it's up
Okay.
to you guys whether you want to
Do we want
crack
to
on. Don't
then do we want
don't
to
let me
aim for
stop.
the 15th or no, sorry, I'm on the wrong calendar now. Do we want to aim for the
Where are we?
13th or August?
I am open either way. I have nothing scheduled until the last weekend of August. Like I have family coming into town.
August is probably better.
Okay, we
But
can
it
aim for
depends when.
August
That's cool.
so we can work
And it
offline
gives you
all of
time
next
to
month to make characters and ideas and to read the
Yep.
Sorry,
base
John.
book and the Fallout book, which are both big ass fucking tomes. I'm just gonna throw that out there. That
Yeah, they
Fallout book
really
is
are,
Yeah.
aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of it's easy to learn as you go. The only thing, ask just as you get a concept as far as your career and that, just post it in the Facebook just so that I'm kind of waiting to see what everybody's getting so I can help fill in a good spot.
so we don't
So
have
I'm pretty
duplicates
flexible.
basically.
Okay.
Because in the
Yes.
Genesis system, it's like any other RPG. You don't want to, have two people that are both medics or two people that are both the mechanics. which it doesn't hurt to have
So
someone
Yeah.
dabbling in mechanics or medical, but you don't want two specialists spending all their experience boosting up their mechanics check when only one person can do a check, and the other person can
So
just
who
Right.
Yeah.
have we got to date in terms of who's generated a character? Presumably that's David.
or has
Well, no, we got
David's
a
got a couple,
doc.
so he
It's
can
all
get
we
around.
have right now.
So we have a medic.
We got
so
a doctor right now. Yeah. So all the
Yeah,
other
I've
careers.
been. Yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. So
No, you're
please
good.
go ahead.
No, I
Okay.
was just gonna say.
So I've been looking at doing the medic, and maybe like take take a level in mechanics and electronics just so I could be a support. But my primary focus is medicine.
I mean, it never hurts for the robot to be able to mechanics himself.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like if you're 3 or 4, say if you go like to the high end and you go with 4 intelligence, even if you don't have ranks in mechanics, you're still rolling 4 dice
You're
to
still
do a
talented
mechanics
at it.
check, which is pretty darn good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Plus, you got all the knowledge checks that your base pool is a 4.
Yeah, to give you
So
Right.
a basic idea, because in the game system you roll the good dice and the bad dice. 3 is
Mhm.
considered so a easy roll for doing something is 1 purple dice. So if you have 1 green dice, that's the exact opposite. Now, granted, they come up different
Mhm.
results, but easy is 1 purple dice for difficulty. Average is 2 purple
Right.
dice. So, like, if I'm coming up and swinging my sword on a guy, unless he's got cool
Mhm.
shields and defenses, I'm rolling against 2 purple dice to hit him. It's an average difficulty. Hard is 3 purple dice. So if you think of your abilities on your end, those are green dice, which are the exact same dice, just with success and advantage instead of failure and threat. So 3 is
Mhm.
really good. Your average person is
Right.
2. That 2 is the average. 4 is really good, and 5 is spectacular. So 5 is your Doogie Howser or your Chewbacca with strength. So a
and
4
6
is
is
really
right out.
yeah. 6 is the cap of the game. That literally
Mhm.
is the highest it can get for the dice. And when you
Yes.
have your characteristics, that gives you how many dice you're rolling. They start out at green. When you train in them for your actual skills, it turns a green dice into a gold dice, which has more chances for good stuff, and is the only dice that gives
Right.
you the natural 20. So that's
That
how
gives
that
you the
works. Is
crit
you want a
success.
good dice pool, and then you fill in the skills, and your career will give you skills to start with, which is nice.
Mhm.
So if you can get
Okay.
3 to 4 dice in anything you're doing all the time, that's really good.
Yeah.
And of course, there's talents that totally upgrade stuff all the time.
Yep.
But like I was
Right.
talking about earlier, for the skill notes, you'll notice in the lobby, looks like David just rolled for an athletics. And see how it
Yep.
says spending suggestions at the bottom where it says advantage? It prompts to give you ideas on how to use your advantage or your disadvantage. So I'll give
Yeah.
you,
Mhm.
there's going to be some cheat sheets for like, when doing this, here's how you
Damn, look
can
at that
spend,
already.
here's how you can spend advantage. And by the way, that circle symbol, that's a triumph. That's the natural 20. And you can see it gives suggestions on, his success. If he had extra successes, he could reduce the time it takes, or he could increase the distance traveled. And because of the triumph, he was truly impressive. Granted, for
So
triumph, you can totally use it for better stuff than that. As long as it's related to the role, you can addendum stuff to the role of saying super cool shit happens. Or maybe
yeah.
you found some cool salvage or something.
Yeah.
There's
So when you
always
look at the first roll, there was no star like the second one, so you
it.
actually failed.
It did
But
not
with the
succeed. Yeah,
advantage, right? But with the
something
advantage,
cool
I
can
can
happen.
cause something good to happen. So like I can. The big one I use is, I shot at the guy behind the bar, missed him, but I shattered a bunch of the bottles, and so they're ducking
Hmm.
because of the glass. So now I put a black dice against their next roll because now they're disadvantaged. So they get a
So
black dice on their roll. Or I could say the next one of us to go, because they're off balance, they get a blue dice added to their dice roll for a chance at a better roll.
Okay.
So something can still come good from getting advantages, even though you
Yeah.
missed.
Sure.
yeah, and if you look at the handout section, there's a. I gotta clean up the tab so it's easier for you guys to find. But there's spending advantage. If you open that one and click the make it bigger because nobody can read it at that size. It's a quick and easy table on how to spend your advantage, with just some easy pre-made options. So it's not always
Mm-hmm.
the same thing. And if you want a printable copy, I can totally send you a PDF of one that you can print up and have handy, because I always try to keep a printable one on hand because it's just easier for me, especially
Okay.
when it comes to threats and despairs. Those are the ones I'm spending to make bad things happen.
Yeah.
And because this game's
Okay.
all about
Oh, it
mods
gets
and
real
weapons.
easy.
Oh yeah, once you get used to it, it's like, I got 2 advantage. I'm gonna specifically give so and so a blue dice. 1 advantage, next one of us to go and with initiative, it's popcorn order, so you all roll for the player slots, but you get to pick who goes in what order yourself. So if you got a cool thing to do, ask the group, hey guys, I'm gonna do this. You guys cool if I go now? And the same thing with the villains, is they'll have initiative slots as well. And there's 2 types of initiative. Cool, which means you're basically being super chill, keeping like if you're prepared for an ambush, you roll cool because you know it's coming, you're gonna do it. Vigilance, which is the oh shit, something just happened. So that's literally if you're being ambushed, you would roll vigilance to spot the danger before it happens, and then you get to roll that initiative. So there are 2 different initiatives to keep track of when you pick skills. Cool is also used for recovering at the end of a fight some of your stamina, which is called strain in the system, because you can use strain to do extra maneuvers in game, or you can sometimes take exhaustion and lose strain, but you can earn it back real quick. Like if that advantage that
Yeah.
David rolled, he could have spent that to get 1 strain back automatically. And then
Or
at
on
the
the
end of
second roll, I got a threat and a failure in that last roll. So the threat, he could say you took strain
yep, you take 1 point of strain because you
because you
swung
failed.
and missed, and a bead of sweat comes down your brow. Take a point of strain. That's usually exactly the phrase I say often.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds cool.
Okay.
Survivors is spelt wrong.
Yes, yes, it is.
But
That was that
Deliberately
night when
or
you guys were asking for a lobby. I typed it up real fast, half asleep, and I'm like, okay, copy lobby, which is probably also why it wasn't
so
working when we first got in.
yeah,
so the
can have
vault
a no.
so the vault we were in, the school books that we got had a spelling error in them, and that's how we know it's spelled. We
For
don't know any
200
better.
years, that's how you've been spelling it.
We got a
That's
bad batch
that's
of English
no
books that
no. It's proper spelling. It's just the new spelling.
right.
Maybe I
That's
should
for
use the number
that's the
5
truth
for the
nowadays,
S.
right?
Language is never static. It changes and evolves and devolves.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
I'm,
I
I'm
heard a
sorry,
thing.
but
It's
I do have to go.
All right,
All right.
guys, it is
Yeah,
Have
me
time.
a good
too,
one.
man.
I
Take
So
care.
Yeah.
Let me know when the
All
next
right,
session
good
is.
work. I really enjoyed. Yeah, really enjoyed the City of Mist. Thank you so.
Yep.
Yes.
you're very welcome. That was a good wrap up,
same.
and we still have the
Yeah.
ominous Fisher King out there.
Yep.
Yep.
Take
Yep.
care.
Yeah,
All right, have
All
a
right,
good one,
guys.
Bye.
guys.
that's cool, man. Thank you so much.
I
Cheers. Speak
Later.
soon.
Cheers.
And so we wrap up our City of Mist campaign. It's been a fun campaign. It's been a good campaign. It has been a very interesting use of the City of Mist on Roll20. I do love the character sheets they have there. If you guys get a chance, totally pick it up on Roll20 so you can play City of Mist as well. And we will be coming back with our Fallout campaign in August. Looks like we'll be taking a break in July. It's kind of a good thing because I got some fireworks shows in the beginning of the month, so my weekends are tight. But good times, guys. And we will call City of Mist Nights of Payne Town a wrap. Thank you for watching, guys.